right. Post-game show. We back at it. We caught the first L of the season, so we will not be going undefeated. Some of y'all can lament Dak got a broken thumb. It is total pandemonium. That's the news that he broke it. Yup. It's panic time all the way. We might as well have a panic squad. If you're a part of the panic squad, press the panic button. Give me a button like a siren or something. Dak. It went from the ankle to the thumb. That's sad. That's unbelievable. Mama said there'll be days just like this. I'm still trying to set up for those who don't know. But I appreciate those who tuning in for this sad show at this point. Panic time. Nothing we can do about this one, man. Everything was contingent upon Dak Prescott being healthy. Everything. Not something, but everything.
The Charger practice was you get 60 to 70 reps with your starters that you're not going to get in a real NFL preseason game.
Great point.
So, you know, they can control the pace of practice. They can control, you know, quarterback not getting hit, quarterback not getting rolled up on. They can control these things during practice, and you know it makes a lot of sense, you know, in that regard. But it also comes down to the ability to go out there and, you know, if you feel like, and they made the
Can y'all hear the audio?
They moved on. You know, they moved on from Amari Cooper. Now they're trying.
Drew Brees,
you know, they're trying
is
to
he
get
free?
Michael Gallup back.
I'll call Drew Brees in the heart right now.
I just, man, but it doesn't matter.
Man, I call Drew Brees right now. Is he?
Dak is going to be late with balls or behind. You know, the ball on the. You know, they had an opportunity on fourth down. It's just a touch pass. And he throws it kind of wild.
Connor Williams got a high ankle sprain.
Out of sorts.
Can y'all hear audio?
The way he played, and me personally, I've said this a bunch, Ari, and I said it on the shows going in. I felt like Dak Prescott was going to be that guy, and he still absolutely might be that guy. But tonight.
It could be.
Wasn't one of his best.
Is Drew Brees still on the contract? Is he free right now?
Depressing about it is this looks like an extension.
Matter of fact, it's a little low. I can't. I don't know why it's so low.
Fine, and
it sound low too.
Was consistently erratic and not making the right reads. You know, bad throws. I mean, this
not seeing the field.
This is worse than anything we saw last year.
Yeah,
it's worse. But hey, you know what? It really hit me while they talking about this. Hold on. For those who out here watching, man. Oh my gosh. It really hit me, man. You know what? It really hit me with some of this stuff. It's not loud enough. It's something dealing with their site because I got the audio bumped all the way to the max. This could literally be a Drew Brees and Sean Payton for next year. They can fire Mike McCarthy mid-season to bring in Sean Payton. Oh, my God, that'd be an overreaction, but God, dog.
The Buccaneers kind of figured out to take the ball at Diggs. They knew that they weren't going to get a Phil corner on that side. You know, I mean, that ball was bouncing to his side, and it was getting there in a hurry, and they got everything sealed off inside, and they just could not get Diggs to
I don't know why they cite so low.
You know, to stop Fournette, and that's not easy. Leonard Fournette's a big guy, and, you know, he's a physical player, but you know, for them to get over 6 yards a carry for the game average 4.6 yards a carry, I think was probably not the best thing to start out for Dan Quinn.
This was like a 1990s NFL game, 19-3, both quarterbacks well under 300 yards passing.
No, yeah, Tom Brady didn't have to be Tom Brady tonight. Like, you know, Brad and Babe and those guys were talking about.
Right.
He didn't have to be Tom Brady tonight because they ran the ball well enough, and the Cowboys' offense was so bad that, like when it was 12-3, it felt like it was 47-3.
Insurmountable.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, when they got that touchdown up 19-3, it's like, this is over.
Yeah.
The Cowboys have shown no ability to score and have sustained drives.
They got the turnover at midfield, and whether they go 3 and out.
Yeah.
I mean, you're like going, oh, okay, well, here we go. I mean, so, yeah, it was just everything about it was just super, super disappointing from a Cowboys perspective of just because you felt like that maybe, year 7 with Dak, healthy, ready to go, put everything behind him, that he was going to come out and he was going to go toe-to-toe with Tom Brady, and they were going to be just fine here today. They weren't.
They were not. Brian Broaddus, Ari Temkin. We'll hear from Mike McCarthy what he has to say. Certainly a lot of focus now on the x-rays for the hand that removed Dak Prescott from this football game. He could not finish it. Cowboys lose 19-3 on the opening day of the 2022 regular season. 877-881-1053 is the number you can call or text to get into the postgame show. That's 877-881-1053. You're listening to the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
All right, man. Hey, this is just total crazy, man. It's one of those things where let's do this, because I think that we all need to do this if you're Cowboy fans, and I'm talking to my Cowboys crew, not the people who said Dak is hurt laughing out loud, not those people that laugh. Let's do this. Yeah, get it out, man. Yeah, get it out, man. Get it out. Go ahead, get it out. Get it out, man. I'll hold the L big simple. But yeah, but for all of those, I got shades on me because I'm crying, man. I'm crying under these shades, man. It hurts. Crying. But nah, get it out. Inhale. Woo-sa. Woo-sa. Y'all woo-sa this moment, man. Y'all woo-sa this moment, because at this time, we didn't look good today, man. I'm going to be 1,000 with y'all. We didn't look good today. I think that our best wide receiver for the first 3 quarters was a guy that was undrafted. His name is Dennis Houston. This is no shade at Dennis. I think that he was our best wide receiver. And right now, if you are a Eagles fan, let me see a green heart in the chat. If you are a Giants fan, y'all can't put blue hearts in there. Just put Giants in there, man, because blue hearts belong to us, right? And if you are a Washington fan, I need to know, because I know y'all jump in here and put whatever maroon variations of colors in the chat. But dog it, if you're a Cowboy fan, let me see some blue hearts in the chat, man. I need to see some blue hearts in the chat. All right, so we got one Eagles fan. Shout out. Look, I'm giving y'all flowers, man. And I got the two Eagle fans in here. Jay Bones, what's good with you? Oh, wait a minute, somebody got the whole African flag up in here. What's going on? Okay, now there's you. Okay, good. Okay, you're a Washington fan. Okay. I want to see more blues in the chat. And then East, I think that if you are a Tampa Bay fan and you want to listen in to us, lick our wounds, then go ahead and do such, man. But I'm a die. Look, for those who don't know, let me take my shades off so y'all can see my eyes. For those who don't know, I'm a die-hard, not a die-soft Cowboy fan. So if you think you're going to come over here, talk some noise, and I'm not going to clap back, you got a rude awakening for you. Also, my name is Law Nation, and I got tons of energy tonight. I'm pissed off. I'm just letting y'all know right now that we lost the game the way we lost. If it was 19-18, maybe I'll be okay with that. Even if it was 19-15, I would like that more, right? Oh, and mods, don't get into the fights. If they want to call all players trash, let them call them trash tonight. Let them talk left and right, the negative, all the stuff that they can. But as long as they don't be disrespectful to me, then let them fly off. Let them call.
Or on camp.
Let them call off Kellen Moore. Let them call off my guy, Mike McCarthy. It is what it is. Right now, you can't get no lower. You can't get no lower than where we at right now for only scoring 3. And one could argue that 3 was probably the best drive we ever seen. The kicker finally make the kick. If we had Holly Ruler or if we had Garabay, the score could have been 19 to 0. Dak needs surgery. Where y'all getting all this Dak information from, man? Who's spilling all of the tea? Let me see if I got anybody, John Machota or somebody, that got some accurate information. Let me see.
Dressing room trying to.
And y'all let me know because normally the radios, if you tuning in 105, let me know when they back live. All right. Jerry Jones said we have to have Cooper Rush to step up. Jerry Jones, man, get off the sauce, man. Come on, man. I like Cooper Rush, but you better be out there trying to look for a quarterback if he can't play. All right, Michael Gelkin, what he tweeted. They must be at the podium. He must be speaking. Come on, radio station. I see him at the podium. Come on. Let me see if we go over here. Michael Gelkin. Come on. Michael Gelkin. Let's see what he's talking about.
Left the game early, and now, according to Jerry, he's going to be out for a little while.
Yeah, we need to. And when Jerry says out for a little while, that now you need to figure out
surgery required.
Is there going to be? Is there broken bones? Are there surgeries? Do they need pins? All these things going forward. And and nobody feels sorry for you in this league, Ari. That's the thing about it. When you start to lose players, and here we are in week 1, and this will be one of those injuries that they're going to talk about, going forward on all the shows and stuff like that. Now it's about Cooper Rush and Will Greer and guys like that, and they've got to figure out some things, very, very quickly. I can say I think there was some good positive things, with some of those offensive linemen, the young offensive linemen, but man, there just was this big disconnect between Dak and what was going on at wide receiver. And CeeDee Lamb's body language wasn't great. Some of the things, he had some opportunities, the routes he ran.
Right.
I felt like that, Dak could have hit him on the move, could have got him going a little bit, but it was a big struggle for him. It was a big struggle for Kellen Moore trying to find something to make
this
Dak
sucks right here
and the offense feel comfortable.
This is booty right here, man. I'm hurt right now.
From The Athletic, tweeting, Dak Prescott will be out for a while, according to Jerry Jones. Several weeks. He needs surgery. He added, it's above the thumb, back behind the joint. Jerry said, we'll have to have Cooper step up. He'll get all the reps, and we'll go from there, end quote.
Yeah, it's, so
wow.
Now it's Cooper Rush. It's who practices better, who plays better. There was somewhat of a quarterback battle, but
just dropped them.
The guy they brought up from the practice squad was Cooper Rush for this game, and they got Cincinnati and some games.
This
the Giants
blows,
Giants,
baby.
Won a nice game. The Commanders,
Tony Romo, baby, bring him back.
Away as a team. And
oh my gosh!
It's about this defense. It's about
bring Tony back, man.
Can this defense, hold up? I mean, they got put in some terrible spots, but let's be honest too. They gave up some huge plays in this game.
And Tampa was compromised on their offensive line too. I mean, we talked going into the game about they're up to their backup center. They had a rookie starting at left guard.
Backup tackle was playing.
They lost their right tackle in this game, Donovan Smith. So, the Cowboys certainly, their defense played well in the first half and kept them in this football game, but you mentioned it, the 127 yards.
127 yards.
For Leonard Fournette, 6 yards a carry. Julio Jones had 2 carries for 17 yards. Julio Jones, guy hasn't been heard of for a while.
Yeah.
He had a dynamic game down the field, making a catch, and then, of course, the 2 carries for 17 yards.
Well, that just shows you when you have, like, Julio Jones. Now, we'll see what happens to Tampa Bay in week 7 when Julio Jones gets the hamstring injury and then he's not playing. But, yeah, I mean, they lost Godwin tonight too, for a hamstring, and so they kind of had to fight through some things, but they were good enough on defense tonight. They didn't give you anything, offensively. They had your quarterback frustrated. They covered you on the.
He needs some milk.
Some runs and stuff like that, but if they win this game, 19-3, they were going to be totally okay with that.
That's Brian Broaddus. I am Amari Temkin. The Cowboys fall to the Buccaneers 19-3 postgame show brought to you by Windstar World Casino and Resort, home of over 8,500.
Cowboy Nation, this is terrible right now. So, depending on where the recovery time for Dak Prescott, we was talking about the ankle being, the snap pop of the ankle. We was talking about that. Now we got to look at it and contextualize it that it could be SG. Yeah, the phone lines will be open tonight, but not right now. I'm still listening. I'm trying to gather all the information. I can't gather the information talking to you guys, right? But if y'all be patient, you guys will be able to voice your thoughts and your opinion. But for right now, I'm trying to gather this information, and I need to gather the information, what's going on with the Cowboys and beyond. And I can't do that while you guys are on the phone, and that's how this show rocks. But if somebody else got phone lines open, jump over to their show. But it's a situation right now that this team, we are looking bad right now. This is crazy. We dropping off like Connor McGovern. When he went down, it felt as if though the whole philosophy of what we were trying to do with the offense went down, and that is what it is. But we've seen crazier things happen. Now, does this open up an opportunity for Cooper Rush to get full practice all this week to see what he can do behind the number one offense, first-team offense? Yes. But at the same breath, it's a sad situation because it's the area of the unknown again. We got a bunch of wide receivers that we can tell you guys that's going to have to go through some growing pains. They're going to have to. There's no shortcut around this. They got to go through growing pains. I don't think that you would give up a lot of draft capital for a quarterback right now. I don't think that would be the philosophy. But I've seen multiple people say before the season even kicked off that we are in, dare I say, terrible trouble with Dak Prescott because they was putting down that he was injury prone. But the way the Cowboys set this thing off is a clear shot as a way that you don't want these things to happen. It goes back to what I said. I would like to see a few series with Dak Prescott in the preseason. And what people were saying that last year that Dak Prescott didn't throw a single game in preseason. And I said, yeah, that was last year. But I got a chance to see some starting quarterbacks get a vibe in the field, get comfortable with their pocket and their surrounding. But if you throw a guy into the fire, naked basically, without getting any type of game time reps, and he's going up against a team like the Buccaneers who their defense, that's what they thrive off of, it's kind of risque. It would have been a different situation in storyline if you still have some of your pieces together with your wide receivers, right? But you walked out there with Dalton Schultz, Noah Brown, and CeeDee Lamb. Those were your most experienced guys. Dalton Schultz, for whatever game that he played, let me see, pull up his stats right quick. He showed and he gave us what Dalton Schultz do. He's a solid catcher, right? He's not a guy that's going to get a lot of separation. He's just not that guy. But he is a guy that I can tell you. Let me see what Dalton Schultz did. He had 7 receptions, 62 yards, 8.9. And that's exactly what you want. 9 targets, 7 receptions. But if it's a game that if I'm trying to tell you that if it's Dalton Schultz to beat us, make Dalton Schultz beat us, I will allow Dalton Schultz to try to beat us. I'll give it to him all the time. I say, Dalton Schultz, beat us, man. Dog, beat us, because that would be my game plan.
On Sarah Kendzior, the author, They Knew, Jason Kander,
It's still on commercial break. So this is what we're going to do. As soon as they get all of this good information out with the interviews and everything, I would definitely open up the phone lines, and I would like to know y'all thoughts on everything. And we'll keep the rapid fire going, but this time it'll be like 2 minutes. Everybody get 2 minutes since we good with time for right here. Is that okay with you guys? Okay, let's work with that. Let's roll with that. Hold on right quick. Let me straighten up my house right quick. I'm straightening up my house. Give me 1 second here. Let me see if they still on commercial.
Listen to
Yeah, almost finished. Hold on right quick. Hold on. Yeah, I'll close the door right here. There we go. There we go. Yep. Let's get it, Cowboy Nation. Let's get it. Dang, that's long. The commercial longer than Shaq feet. All right, let me read some of your comments while they setting up. Fire Kellen Moore. Best of all defense is Micah. C-Los 2136. Panic time. Waving the white flag. Oh my gosh, man. Y'all gonna kill me with this, man. He's already waving the white flag, man. He got the panic, got the head on the panic button. He waving the white flag with the head on the panic button. All right, man. It is what it is at this point, man. All you can do is sit back and laugh at it right now. Hopefully, man, I made you laugh with that, man. But don't look. This still the first game of the season. He is a grown man, you know. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. God, dog, it's a long commercial, but come on with it, baby. I'm not waving the white flag. You guys may be waving the white flag, but I'm not. I'm still perfectly safe right here, you know. Dak is out, too many penalties. Let's see what we can get.
A fracture for Dak's hand, needs surgery. What is it, behind the thumb? Is that
behind the thumb?
Is that what it is, Bobby?
Yeah, behind the thumb. And Jerry will, whenever Alec has the Jerry audio ready, you guys will hear it. He goes into detail about, you know, everything that they're looking at here.
Yeah, let's hear what Jerry Jones had to tell reporters moments ago about Dak Prescott.
Tremendously disappointing way for us to start the year. Everybody is disappointed about that. I'm particularly disappointed for our fans. Dak will be out for a little while, and so we'll be dealing with that as well. So this was a really tough night for the Cowboys, but and a really surprising night. But of course, really add to it right there at the end to lose him for several weeks. We'll see more about how many weeks that may be.
So several weeks. What exactly happened to his hand?
Several weeks.
Yes, he has an injury above his joint in his thumb up here. That'll need surgery.
You mentioned optimism heading into this season. You said 1 + 1 = 3. Does it still feel like 1 + 1 = 3?
Minus going right now, don't we? So the pluses, but that's this game. This is, of course, just a start, but a hard way to start. A very disappointing start. There's nobody in that locker room that expects us or expected us to play like we played tonight. Certainly that it will be addressed and worked on and be ready to go, and then we'll have to address the fact that we'll be going forward here without that.
Are you sure?
Does Dak get surgery on his thumb, or?
Well, it's above the thumb. It's up in the back behind the joint.
Jerry, how much is it on the coaching staff to make sure this thing doesn't go off the rails when you lose your starting quarterback?
Well, again, it's pretty logical for me to see that we've got a lot of areas to work on, a lot of areas to improve on. It's the first game. We're real disappointed before Dak's injury, certainly disappointed after it's in.
For those of us who couldn't hear you initially, can you just summarize the Dak situation, please?
Well, I don't really want to get into detail. I really want to let our medical people or through the coach give it, but all I can say is that Dak has a fracture and will be out.
Is it the thumb?
And again, it's behind the thumb.
God, dog, it's behind the thumb, man.
Jerry's,
leave him alone.
You know, saying after the fact he'd really like the coach to get into it, but that would be a few minutes after he's already gotten pretty deep into it. Brian Broaddus, Ari Temkin with you here. The Dallas Cowboys postgame show brought to you by AT&T, the official 5G innovation partner of the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys lose 19-3, and the score wasn't even the worst part about it.
No.
Just heard from Jerry Jones. Dak Prescott needs hand surgery above his joint in the thumb. Also seeing on Twitter via Calvin Watkins that Jaron Kearse left the locker room in crutches and that Connor McGovern in a walking boot.
Yeah,
Dang.
Jerry told us Connor McGovern's a high ankle sprain. So your left guard's a high ankle sprain. You're going to have a lot of inexperience there on that left side of the line for a little while with Matt Fartinghock and Tyler Smith. Tyler Smith, who, by the way, if you want some bright spot, Tyler Smith played well today.
He played well. He did.
He didn't lose you this football game.
He played well.
Yeah, this is. I mean, the other side with Kearse. That's the guy with the green dot.
Hey, all of those people was talking about Taylor. We wasted all of that energy, and he played probably better than Zach Martin last night. This night, Tyler Smith played good.
You have a
what
roster
other
of
choice do you have?
You have a
16
roster,
more games.
Yeah, you have a roster of 53 players. You have practice squad guys. You have the ability to go make trades. You have to be a little creative here, and maybe even creative. Bobby, I'll ask you this. So, is there any thought about what happened at right tackle? You and I in our shows always, on For the Love of Star, talk about with Steele.
Yeah.
And so is it one of those things where you feel like, okay, do you get Jason Peters ready at left tackle
and move Smith back to guard?
And move Smith to guard to maybe take up, or do you move him to right tackle? And with Farniak playing, again, I mean,
you might have to do that.
Yeah, it's that meme with the building is burning and everybody's going, it's okay.
Don't do that, Brian. I don't like that idea.
You have to think about what you're thinking with Steele, over there.
Our pets' heads are falling off. That's where we're at right now.
Yeah, I just think about you're going to have to find a way to
Don't do that. Don't do that, Brian.
In all possibilities.
Some of those calls were kind of
ticky.
ticky.
To find a way to even protect Cooper Rush, or Will Greer even more than you ever believed you could.
You don't need a complicated play to bring it into the end zone. That's why you should trust the team blockchain.com to make buying, selling, and trading crypto easy. Play smarter, not harder with blockchain.com. Cowboys held out of the end zone in this football game. They score 3 points.
Sad.
On the first drive of the football game, the best drive certainly the entire game the offense looked. The offense was bad. Dak Prescott was bad. Play calling was bad. Offensive line at times didn't protect.
Shame.
And the wide receivers could not create separation.
Shame.
We thought this team was going to be buoyed by its defense, and my goodness, it was on full display. I've never seen the offense look this bad under Dak Prescott.
They got put in some really, really bad situations, but let's be honest, though, too. They gave up some chunk plays.
Yes.
And
Julio Jones down the field.
Julio Jones.
Diggs
My
was
God.
not good tonight.
Yeah, that's
Diggs
what I'm
was bad in run.
Oh, man, they're going to kill Diggs.
When you're in a situation like Diggs, they take that ball.
We got Dak at the podium right now.
Dak
Dak talking?
See what's going on here.
Oh, Lord.
We can't go there. I mean, we gotta talk about here, but
we'll hear what Dak Prescott has to say coming up.
Oh, man.
Well,
let's go to Dak. I want to hear him.
We're on the left side here of his hand, so obviously if he starts talking with his right hand, you can kind of see if he's got it wrapped up or whatever the situation is there. But man, that was a rough game. It was a rough game for him, as we said, a rough game for Kellen Moore. And they have to figure some things out right now. They really, really have to figure out some things with the offensive line. They have to figure out some things with the wide receivers. I hope it's not rushing. I hope it's not rushing Gallup back in, and I hope it's not rushing Jason Peters back in. But that's kind of maybe where they're at right now.
That's what they're going to do.
Yeah, and I mean, look, they're in a tough spot right now because even if Connor McGovern walks out of this locker room fine without a boot, if J-Ron Kearse doesn't leave the field, if Dak Prescott's not up there, and we're talking about how he has to have surgery on his throwing hand, even with all of that, we're coming out of this game tonight saying this football team has serious problems.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the concerning thing is that it's just snowballing on top of that you've got all these injuries. You're banged up. I mean, your offense – we've talked about this, I think we mentioned this in the pregame show. You got to hope that they're going to be right about the receivers, and this isn't 2018, and we're going, oh, no, you got to go make – if it's like tonight, you got to go get a receiver.
You do.
Brian mentioned the 2018, number one receiver by committee deal that blew up in their face.
I'll tell you what, Julio Jones didn't look so bad out there tonight.
Oh, he
didn't.
And it's week one, and so here we are with overreactions of things and all that. I tried to switch the offensive line around. I don't know if that's going to work.
Right.
Or, it's just a thought. What point in time do you think does Mike McCarthy step in as a play caller? Have you?
No, that's a great question.
Because if
the play caller struggled big time.
If I'm Mike McCarthy, I'm thinking like if I'm on the line here,
right.
I really don't want
a
Kellen
losing
Moore.
season.
I don't want Kellen Moore in. Maybe Mike's feeling like, oh well, hey, I'm going to catch a break here because of Dak Prescott. I really don't think that's the case.
Agreed.
I think with early enough in the season, and maybe it is a huge huge overreaction. I know there's probably some people driving home right now that work in this organization that are saying, Brian, shut your mouth. You don't know what the F you're talking about right now.
Get him, Brian.
But I wonder is this one of those times where all of a sudden, with the offense struggling like it did in week 1, is that where Mike McCarthy says, I'm going to sit in the meetings and maybe let Kellen Moore get the game plan together and stuff like that, but I'm going to call the game. I just wonder if we're in week 1, if that's a big
it's a little too late, but you got to do it. Mike, you got to do this, man.
And then you lose your quarterback for the foreseeable future. I don't know that there's anything that's too extreme. 877-881-1053 is the number. You can call or text. Get to the postgame show. 877-881.
All right, so whenever they pipe in, I promise you guys, I'm going to open up the phone lines whenever they pipe in. Whenever they pipe in Dak Prescott, I want to hear Dak Prescott. I think that we need to hear Mike McCarthy, too. I need to hear Mike McCarthy. I'm going to be searching the airwaves to see if Mike McCarthy already spoke out, man. Somebody already got Mike McCarthy's interview. But, look, this season, man, a lot of people would say that it was over with before it started. And right now, y'all got the ups on me, man. Y'all got the upper hand on me right now. It's hard for me to pull any positivities out of this game. But Law going to find something positive, baby. Left tackle. Y'all know left tackle played good, right? That's a positive. DeMarcus Lawrence played good. Donovan Wilson played good. Those are 3 stars over there. So let me give some positive for them. Parsons, he played good. And Elijah Elliott, he played good, right? Tony Pollard didn't play too well tonight, man, in my opinion. Kevontae Turpin, they figured out a way to stall him off, and that's just how that rocked from us, at that point. So those are my positivities right now. And of course, we only scored 3 points, right? And against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we held them under 20 points. The defense looked like they can do some things. But the negative, man, we couldn't knock flies off of SHIT. We couldn't knock them off, man. And that's the problem that this team looked like on offense. Offense terrible. We couldn't put together. Yeah, Brett Mayhart. Brett Mayhart, made the field goal. Look, Dre Maddox, baby. Dre! Yeah, he made the kick because, can you imagine he'd have missed the kick? Oh, my gosh, man. Oh, my gosh. Brian Anger. Brian Anger, Brian Anger. Yep. So look, there's some good stuff out of this. T still did kill our drives, man. I don't know what. Look, let me see these, man. Let me see these right quick. Buccaneers, Cowboys, team stats. How many penalties we had? Dang, dog. 10 penalties, man. Oh, my God.
Shame.
That's terrible, man. Let me see if they got anybody back. They're still on commercial break. 10 penalties. That may be the most penalties in all of football this weekend. 10 penalties. Because I felt like when I look back at most games, it didn't look that bad for most guys. Somebody said trade for Jimmy Garoppolo. I could tell you, my brother, the Twin Maker, right now, he can tell you right now that they probably thinking about putting Jimmy Garoppolo in as the starter. Let me see, because they didn't like what Trey Lance looked like today. Let me see box score. Trey Lance, well, at least he threw for 164 yards, right? 1 interception, so no touchdown. They didn't like the way he looked. So in the 49ers community, they crying about Trey Lance right now and putting Jimmy Garoppolo in. Mike McCarthy, more and Dak is terrible. Oh my gosh, man! Y'all get y'all rights tonight to kill me over here in the comment section. Yeah, y'all can roast Law. Y'all can roast Law. Dak got to look for all of those smart people. Dak got a no trade clause on his contract. Let me repeat. Dak got a no trade clause on his contract. So therefore, you can't trade Dak Prescott. Therefore, you can't trade Ezekiel Elliott. He got a no trade clause on his contract. So those two guys are untradeable. Can y'all dig that? You know what I'm saying? So let me see if they're back from commercial break. Nobody's gonna cut him. Come on. They cut him dead. You know, nobody's gonna cut a quarterback who won you 53 games, right? But for what they're gonna try to do is figure out other things. So I appreciate you, though. I appreciate you, but those are the facts of it. And I don't want you guys to be knee-jerk about this, but this was week 1, game 1, without a quarterback playing a single down in preseason. That's just how it goes. And truth be said, you know, and I'm not comparing him to Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers didn't have a hell of a day as well. He looked doomed as well, but at least he didn't get hurt all the way through. So we'll find out down the line what's going to happen. Shout out to you, Kenneth, man. Thank you so much for the donation. All right, so the best option for the Cowboys is this is what I'm going to tell y'all what the Cowboys is going to do. They're going to see what Cooper Rush is going to look like against the Cincinnati Bengals. And then from there, if he start off 0-2, if we lose to the Cincinnati Bengals, then they would pull the trigger and see what Will Grier looked like. Then after they exhausted all of those two reasonings there, then they may pick up the phone to call Drew Brees or someone. The good thing about it, Drew Brees and Dak Prescott, they're good buddies. They're in business together. They are official walk-on. They own a restaurant together. Drew Brees still got a house in Texas. It would be a situation that you bring in Drew Brees. But that's only if Drew Brees want to still play football. Trade for Teddy Bridgewater, it could be a situation.
877-881-1053. Let's talk with JR in Arlington. Go ahead, JR. You're on the Dallas Cowboys postgame show.
Guys, I'm going to be real quick with you, but here's the deal. I got a statement and a question.
Please don't cuss. Don't cuss. Whatever you do, don't cuss.
I'm not going to cuss, Brian. I love you, Brian, but I ain't going to cuss. Not right now.
You, man.
But here's the deal. All off season we heard about Jerry saying that the players that were cut were the ones that were overpaid and didn't produce on the field. Well, how about number 4 and number 21? Can we comment on those, please? And my question,
21 did okay.
This is for you.
Okay.
I really want you to answer this. When I hang up, I'll listen. But my family goes to the game. Thousands of families go to the game. I saw on Twitter it was 98-something thousand people there. We sat through the same BS last year to watch San Francisco. We sat through the same BS tonight.
Can't let them cuss, man. NC Airways, man.
Why
FCC Airways.
Keep feeding into the BS that Jerry wants us to do as us peasants are down there buying ice cream cones and he's up there in the suite. And tomorrow morning, as long as he looks at that bank account and sees zeros, all will be fine and dandy. I'm fed up, and Cowboys fans and the media, just like you guys, keep having them on, interviewing them, giving them popcorn and candy. Enough's enough. I love you guys, but enough is enough.
Appreciate the phone call, JR. Very frustrated Cowboys fan.
Yeah, we have a partnership with the Cowboys, good or bad. We have a partnership with the Cowboys, and that's something that we have to now.
JR 100 though.
If you feel like we're not asking tough questions and all that, that's your thought and all. But that's the when you have the owner who is also the general manager, and then you have the family involved with player personnel, then you're going to it's going to sometimes when it doesn't work, when your team looks bad, like tonight, they're going to take the blame. Jerry's got big shoulders. I mean, he's got big shoulders. So if you want to go ahead and blame him and blame Steven and blame Will McClay and blame Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore and Dan Quinn, hell, if you want to blame me, if it makes you feel better, do that.
And blame Law too, man. Blame me too, man.
And we have.
I don't have a partnership with the Jones family, though.
We've always tried to be fair with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't a very good performance tonight. To start the season, yeah. We come out here, we talk about things we see. I told you if you follow along, I mean, if you really follow along, I told you I didn't trust Steele. You know, I also told you I thought Tyler Smith would play well. I did make a mistake thinking that Dak Prescott was ready to play well tonight, and he didn't play well. So if it makes you feel better, blame me for trying to tell you that, hey, certain parts of this team are pretty good. Dan Quinn, defensively. Micah Parsons, 2 sacks tonight. You know, I was trying to say, hey, you got to move him around. You can't. What they do, they're rushing him over Wilfs, and he wasn't getting anywhere. They move him the other side.
We wanted them to rush the middle
and I want to rush
that
the other
line.
side. To go the other side, to go the middle. You know, and so
he had 2 sacks rushing the right side. They kept having him rush against
so
on the
there's
left
things
side.
you see, there's things you watch, you know, and but let me just be honest too. This ownership is not going to change. The general manager is not going to change. You know, and that's
the reality of the situation.
That's the reality of the situation. You pull for a team, much like a lot of other teams in the National Football League that have family members that run the team. A family-run team went to the Super Bowl last year in Cincinnati. The Brown family runs the player personnel for the Bengals. They drafted Chase. They drafted Burrow. They've drafted the players they have. So, you know, I'm not saying there are family-run teams in the National Football League.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to make an excuse for the Joneses because
what it is.
But it's what it is.
Yep.
And you could be frustrated as all hell about it.
We are
Get them, Brian. We mad, man.
It's no fun sitting here talking about a quarterback with a busted thumb and guys on crutches and a team that didn't show up on offense tonight. You know, how do you think that doesn't help us with that partnership?
It don't.
You know, as long as we're fair about it, though, and as long as we're critical, and as long as we praise them when we have to praise them.
And look, I mean,
but tonight you can't praise them; they didn't do anything right.
And the caller asked us to, you know, criticize Dak, and Zeke was wondering why we hadn't. I mean, I think we've been pretty critical of Dak.
If you listen to my show on 105.3 The Fan. I mean, I think that Gavin Dawson, I think he's fair about it, but he can be very critical of Ezekiel. I think you go through the shows, start in the morning, go through Mike Bassick in the midday, us at night. You go through these shows, and I think there's people that are critical of this football team. But I think there's also
Appreciate you,
people
KD.
that will also tell you, well, hey, keep an eye on this, keep an eye on that.
Yes.
You know, I was trying to tell everybody out there that Jalen Tolbert is not going to dress this week. And people are coming after me like
they
what
were.
the hell you're talking about.
Big facts.
Whoa, okay,
yeah.
Fine, you know, but that's our job.
Yes,
that's our job. But ownership is not going to change. Who picks the players here is not going to change.
When you pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud too.
Could change, and if it doesn't work out, that could change.
Tonight's game between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Dallas Cowboys at AT&T Stadium is brought to you by Bank of America, official bank of the Dallas Cowboys. Let's stick with the phones at 877-881-1053. Brian and Sherman. Go ahead, Brian. You're on the Dallas Cowboys postgame show.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
So I'll have my thoughts on the game, and also I'm going to have a couple trades or acquisitions I think maybe we could possibly think of.
Go for it.
One, I do feel like this is a continuation of last year and the past couple years. I really do. The offensive line that's kind of held together by hopes and prayers. There wasn't as many penalties. If you take out take out Steele.
Steele,
I think they did a
was
lot
bad
better with
tonight,
penalties. Yeah, so I think that the coaches have done their job overall as far as coaching these guys up. The play calling was pretty bad, but when you look at Dak, he still missed a couple receivers that I just didn't understand how he missed.
Sean Payton coming in with Bobby Jones.
So I kind of fault Dak in that. I'm not positive how CeeDee Lamb is supposed to be our number one. He kind of scared me on that. But overall, I do feel like this is a continuation of the past few years, and that scares me. Now, my other question would be, let's say Garoppolo's still out there. He did sign. I believe it's like a $7-8 million contract for a year with San Francisco. So at this point, what is
he's got
what
no
is the
trade,
real
sir? Yeah, he's got no trade.
He got no trade clause.
He's got a no trade clause.
No, does he? Okay.
Yeah, that's one of the things he negotiated. To take less money, he got no trade so he could be free.
Okay, so what would it be? I mean, is this something where he might possibly look at saying, okay, I have a starting job with the Cowboys to come back for at least next 5-6 weeks, and I will give up that. So if you were the Cowboys front office, would you pursue that, number one? And then number two, seeing as the fact that I didn't see much out of our wide receivers, not whatsoever,
Yeah.
Would you pursue maybe like a Brown? Would you go out and maybe pick him up, Antonio, and just see what happens? I mean, as of right now, there's a lot of skepticism as far as the season goes. So it's do you throw caution in the wind and say, hey, we're all out here, and go out and try and make something happen? Because as of right now, what we've been doing is absolutely not working.
Appreciate you, brother.
What I've seen tonight is just a continuation of what we have done year after year after year.
Appreciate the phone call, Brian. I'd say that's a no on Antonio Brown.
Well, I got a discussion with Zach Wolchuk about this in a crosstalk, and I'm like, hell yeah. And everybody's like, no, man.
Roll the dice, me and Brian.
He's going to quit on you, this, that, and the other. But I'm thinking, man, you don't have anybody like that.
Right.
You don't have
nobody. Odell Beckham. He ain't going to be ready for November.
Garoppolo, by reducing his contract, he got he can't be tagged and he can't be traded. So, and what are you going to do when Dak comes back in 4 weeks?
Right.
What are you going to do with Garoppolo? Is he your backup guy? Sure, I guess so, but...
And has this been a team that's willing to give up draft capital like that?
No, they're not going to do that.
I think somebody need to call in and ask him what about
saying, let me go to Dallas
Drew Brees
for 4 weeks, so when Dak comes back, I can sit on the bench again.
That and learn a brand new offense and hit free agency trying to figure out a brand new offense.
But if you want the wide receiver thing, I you know what? I don't have a problem with Antonio Brown. I don't.
But we did hear Jerry already say no, right?
No. He's going to. He is going to.
Will Fuller.
He's going to be able. He didn't want anything to do with Antonio Brown at all. So and that's why we do radio. That's why we do all this stuff. We could sit here and speculate and talk and all that. So anyway, that's kind of a thing where I'm like, I'm okay. I'm totally okay with having players like that. Some days you got to figure this all out.
No, you're right. All right, 877-881-1053, 877-881-1053. Let's talk with Brad Sham now, voice of the Dallas Cowboys.
That's what I'm waiting for, Brad.
Dallas Cowboys.
Come on, Brad.
Show. Cowboys fall to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That's my guy, man.
Brad Sham joining us. And Brad, I mean, as if the game couldn't get any worse. You lose 19-3 and with the Vikings are offense. Dak Prescott has a fracture and needs hand surgery and is going to be out for the foreseeable future. I mean, my goodness.
It couldn't get. It could get worse. He could be out for the year. It sounds like he'll be back. I was in the interview room when he was in there. I was in the locker room when he was trying to get dressed, and he needed help from his personal trainer and a PR staffer to button his shirt cuff, and so it
Brad.
His fault.
Okay, go ahead. Good.
That was a freak injury, and you could kind of see.
Brad.
You could kind of see when hand was coming through and his follow through.
Brad on that Boost Mobile. Come on.
Barrett, or Barrett hit it, and so now he's hurt, and teams play without their starting quarterback. Usually they suffer for it, but. And he wasn't the only one, because I don't know how long McGovern's going to be out.
Yeah,
high ankle sprain.
Yeah,
5 to 6 weeks.
Sprain. He's in a walking boot, so that's a few weeks. But Matt Farniak, I thought, played fairly well for his first real extended play, and I talked to him, and he's very positive about the opportunity that he has, and then you got to sweat out Jaron Kearse, who did not look. He looks like I feel sometimes with the way his back looks, and he was limping around. So I mean, this was just a kind of a disaster all the way around.
Yes,
the way they played, the result, and then the injuries. And it's one game, and I don't mean to be Pollyanna. I'm not predicting anything good, but you have 53 players for a reason. Mm-hmm. And you go out and you play one game and see if you can win. And then you go play the next game, and then at the end you just see what happens.
Yeah, Brad, you're absolutely right. And nobody feels sorry for you in this league.
No.
Everybody's going to deal with some types of injuries along the way. You've just dealt with them a lot here in week one already. You know what? In my seat from the press box, I was okay with what was happening with Tyler Smith out there, and I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to sitting down and watching him play because I think like there was some when you really evaluate him, there was some good plays from him tonight for the Cowboys.
I'm right there with you, and I'm really looking forward to getting a chance to watch that part of the tape tomorrow because he was. I mean, look, I said at the beginning. I think I said it when the three of us were. Take a holding penalty, take a false start.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. First game. But he looked to me like he blocked pretty well. Maybe he got beat once. But he was pretty good. Yeah. He was pretty good.
Solid.
Now, we also said, Brian, and we all talked about it in the pregame. But I think the right tackle was a little shaky. And how many penalties did he have? The right tackle?
4.
I tell you what, Brad. It seemed like there were 4 in one series.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think four is the number that sticks with me. I will tell you that when I was in the locker room, Zach Martin went looking for Steele, and you could tell he was giving him a kind of a pump up speech and slapped him like a big brother on the shoulder and.
Shout out to you, brother Fred.
He was saying, and then reporters asked Martin what he said to him, and he confirmed that he pretty much said, I know what you're made of, I know how hard you've worked, and I know what you can do, and do not let this game be who you are. Fight, just keep fighting because you'll be fine. And certainly that's what the coaching staff believes. and I think it's fair to say, whether they're right or wrong, that his teammates have confidence in Steele. And so they're behind him, and they're going to stick with him. And he worked hard enough, Brian, as you know, to put himself in this position.
Sure.
So now he will work to clean up what he didn't do right. And you just have to hope that between Cooper Rush and the coaches, they can find something to establish some rhythm offensively, which they never got going tonight, even though they ran kind of okay, especially at the beginning.
Yes. Yeah.
And then, but they just couldn't make any plays down the field. Now, I this is a subject maybe for a longer conversation, but I asked Babe right around the beginning of the fourth quarter if he felt that this receiver situation was analogous to the first half of 2018. And Babe said, yes, he thinks it's 2018 all over again. I don't think that I quite agree, although I certainly defer to him in his knowledge of the game. But I don't believe that 2018 team had, whether C.D. Lamb is a number one receiver.
Yeah, you're going right down the path I thought. Yep.
Totally agree.
Yep, here we go. Do it.
They did not have a C.D. Lamb in 2018.
Yes, sir.
And whatever they have of Michael Gallup in a couple of weeks, they didn't have that. They had rookie Michael Gallup.
Right.
Yep.
And, I think that there are ways, Brian, maybe when we look at the tape tomorrow, we'll see some of them. I think there are ways to get Houston involved more than they had the chance to do tonight. I think they got 3 pretty good tight ends, and they only threw to one of them. Mm-hmm. And I think that there are some ways to get a rhythm going in the passing game, and maybe your approach with Rush instead of Prescott will be completely different. And with the defense playing well,
shout out to you, Frank.
You may surprise some people and be able to function. I'm not trying to sell this as the Buffalo Bills, the way they look right now, but I think that you might be able to function, but they're going to have some work to do, and there's a lot of onus on the coaching staff to do that too.
Brad Sham, voice of the Dallas Cowboys. Always appreciate your time and insight, Brad. Thank you so much.
All right, fellas, have a good night.
You too, bud. Brad Sham joining us here on the Dallas Cowboys postgame show. Cowboys fall to Tampa Bay 19-3. Still to come. We'll hear from Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott, and your phone calls as well. 877-881.
All right, so what I want to do is I wanted to hear from Mike McCarthy and then Dak Prescott, and then we'll open up the phone line. So y'all bear with me because I really, really, really want to know what's on your thoughts. Hey, it's right now, man. You know, my guy Brad, he's going to do that. You know, he's going to put the lipstick on the pig, man, and he's close with the Cowboys, and it's tough right now. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all, man. I wanted us to come off guns a blazing, but you know, we say hello to our little piggy, man. Y'all know, and I'm still stirring the Kool-Aid right here. Shout out to Miss Piggy right here, man. It's okay. That's my pet right there, you know. It's okay. It's okay, Cowboy Nation. Don't she look so cute? You know? Hey. All right, man. So it's not the end of the world. Hey, get your hands off the panic button. But I got to hear Mike McCarthy. And then I can't wait to hear Dak Prescott, you know, and then see how this thing is going on. There's a lot of games left, man. Come on, the season is not over with. But if you feel, if you feel that the season is over with, I got to get it on wax right now. Put SO if you feel if the season is over with, because I'm fighting. I always tell y'all a prize fighter continue to swing even when he's down. At this right, even when he's down, put the piggy right over here. Let me get you on some weight loss. Yeah. Lose a little weight right there. You know, see the pig lost some weight. So that's my pet pig. I don't get a chance to eat crow today. Well, look at the crow. Look at the crow, man. Oh my gosh, man. All right, so since I said the Cowboys would win, I'll eat the crow today. So we got the pet pig and we got the crow crew over here. I will eat the crow today. But I want you guys to know, I see a lot of SOs. Season is over. This season just now began. And on top of that, let me get out the way, Crow. Get out the way. I keep the pig up here. Don't panic, Cowboy Nation. And I'm trying to tell y'all, next week will make you feel a whole lot different if they do these few things. Granted, I don't think that they'll bring in a wide receiver that can change it just like this, right? But now this will focus on the team to get back to running the ball. I truly believe. What did Ezekiel Elliott have? Let me go back up here. Box score. We go right here. Ezekiel Elliott, 10 rushes, 52 yards. The dude averaged 5.2 yards per tote. 5.2 yards per tote. They got to let Mike McCarthy, somebody to call these plays, put a series of plays back to back. And what Mike McCarthy must do, for dog sure he can see that kitchen on fire, and I gave you guys this analogy all off season. He got to weeble wobble over there and put the fire out himself. He can't sit back and just allow Kellen Moore to do whatever he do with these play calling. He got to do that. As far as Cam Newton, the same reason why they ain't going to bring in Antonio Brown, they're not finna bring in Cam Newton. The moment he put on that Medea outfit with that rainbow hat and all of that scarf and stuff, the Cowboys 4-ladder, the 3-ladder, all of the networks were talking so bad about it that they gonna say, nah, man, they gonna move on. It's a certain kind of caliber of quarterback that the Cowboys like to see, and Cam Newton don't fit that mold, and that's just what it is. I'm telling you guys. But if Cam Newton come on this team, I'll eat that crow. Where that crow at? Bring up here. I'll eat the crow. But I doubt it that they will put Cam Newton in this situation to play for the Dallas Cowboys because of those things.
Cowboys can help you fill your house this season with.
Yeah, with the scarf, with the hat, with the hat, with the feather, and you know, with the purse. You know, they ain't gonna let Cam Newton do all of that. Come on, man, y'all know good and well. Cam Newton to Jimmy G, Jimmy Garoppolo, for right now, a third. Look, you guys only know the extent of what the 49ers is from the outside looking in. It's so toxic that my brother hit me up every night about how Trey Lance, that they are ready to get rid of Trey Lance and bring Jimmy Garoppolo in. And they are ready. They are ready to move Jimmy Garoppolo in over Trey Lance. They're not finna give Jimmy Garoppolo away for free. No, come on, Abe. That's a good joke, though. He says, let's bring back Quincy Carter. Shout out to Quincy Carter. That's my dog. He tunes into the show, too. So shout out to Quincy, man.
14 touchdowns last year.
He split to the right, back to.
Yeah, I'm gonna let that go through. Yeah, just get coy with that. But yeah, everybody out. Look, Bryce Young got to finish college first, man. What y'all saying, man? Y'all talking about for next year. We got to finish this year out, man. Come on, baby. You know.
Sacks on third downs.
Let's get that go 3. Let's go. I heard Tony Romo hurt his back playing golf, and that's a non-contact sport. I hope if Tony Romo, I meant to say, Tony Romo hurt his back by playing golf. I hope if Tony Romo was one of those guys that work out and stay in shape, yeah, you call him in. But I don't think Tony Romo is in shape. It's all jokes if you think Tony
the second half to prove to be the
come back.
And basically brought us with the way the offense played in the first half. You know,
he's not in shape, guys.
Score.
We love Tony though.
Point difference was insurmountable.
Yeah, there was just with the way that the game was going, the Cowboys could never get anything going, any type of rhythm. We've said that before.
Yeah.
But it was almost simplistic the way that Tampa was playing you with the rush 4, drop 7, and make Dak have to make throws. And
that's all they did.
It's like they really, really, I know watching the tape, Carlton Davis was a guy that I kind of felt like that you could run by, and I just never, everything seemed to be, there was the one
underneath
big over route that they ran that Lamb was open on, and then Dak threw it in the flat to Pollard for 4 yards. And I remember just sitting there watching, there's the over, and he just never, so the vision, maybe he felt like, too, he didn't have enough time.
Shout out to you, Little Sweet.
About what was going to happen.
Do we need this?
And I was a little bit worried about, because I asked Babe Laufenberg this question, if you're Kellen Moore, do you call the game differently if you feel like your guys can't hold up? And, man, that first drive, I'm like going, okay, this is going to be one of those back-and-forth games. And then Dallas started making them kick field goals. I'm like, okay, they're going to get this thing going. And they just never, ever, ever did. So, yeah, I just don't feel like Dak saw the field particularly well tonight. There was, like you mentioned, there wasn't much separation. Play caller was really not in any kind of good rhythm. Running the football, I felt like he had to kind of run when he needed to pass and pass when he needed to run. And, there just wasn't that total mix.
There was a 3rd and 6 where, he clearly had room to run, and we're screaming in the press box, run. And he kept faking, and then he tries to throw it over the top, and he misses the receiver badly.
Yeah. So you're just kind of, just bad day all around for what's going on with that with the offense tonight.
All right, let's hear what Dak Prescott had to say.
All right,
this
go
game.
Dak.
Again, Dak Prescott Jerry Jones told reporters that Dak has a fracture and needs surgery. He's going to be out for the foreseeable future. Here's what Dak had to say at the podium.
Did you know right away, Dak, that this was something significant to your hand?
The play that happened, no, not necessarily. In the game, just in the midst of it, thought I jammed it. I've hit my hand on helmets or bodies a lot in my career, and never really had anything, maybe a jammed finger here, and I actually thought that's what it was. Just the next play, realized I couldn't grip the ball, let the sideline know. And then when I got off, I told the trainers the same thing. I was just like, I can't grip. I feel like if you yank it, I'll be okay. And no, came in, got x-rays, and things are different.
What have they told you to expect in terms of how long you'll be out?
I just got to go see the doctor tomorrow. Plans to see him, surgery tomorrow, and let me know once they get in there, they see everything. I was told it was much cleaner than it could have been.
Dak, how disappointing is this, and how would you characterize your emotions right now?
Yeah, it's very disappointing. But injuries happen. Can't necessarily control it. Just unfortunate. Obviously going to miss some time, not be there for my team. And that's what hurts more than anything, especially after the start that we just put out there. Wanting to be able to respond and not necessarily having that opportunity for several weeks. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I'll do what I've always done. Anytime adversity comes, take it on head first, and it'll give my best, and I'm sure I'll come out of this thing better.
Had a lot of health issues of late, and back to fractured ankles. It's like,
wow,
I get a break here for your body.
Yeah, I mean, you asked that quickly, and then, you got to move on. As I said,
that's a good question, hard question.
Things
too.
happen that I can't control, and who am I to question it? It just gives me an opportunity to respond, to move forward, control the things that I can, and that's what I'll do, as I've always done.
Fracture? What have you heard? I mean,
yeah, I'm going to see the doctor tomorrow, and then after that, plan just to get some surgery. So.
How difficult was it to get going offensively tonight?
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, it was tough. Veteran defense there. Made it tough on us. We didn't help ourselves with penalties. Just bad timing. Just didn't play clean altogether. And then when you put all those things together, you get a 3-point game as we just put out.
Dak, what's your message to Cooper Rush now that he's going to be taking over for you, and what you want to do to encourage him now going forward?
Yeah, I'll be there to support him. I'll be there to support this whole team and coaching staff and everybody every step through it. And for Coop, just continue to prepare, continue to approach the way that he's done. I mean, for 6 years now. So, I mean, going back to his rookie year, I mean, Coop's always been a guy that I've turned to, whether it be the scheme or whether it just be for help. And now I'll be able to help him in these next several weeks and just hopefully get the best out of him and the best out of this team.
Dak, we talked about how this is a young team. How, even when you're not playing, will you look to make an impact?
Yeah, in every which way, whether it just be throughout the week or in the game days, making sure that these guys understand these different looks, different situations, and just communicating, whether it even be routes and things that I see when I get back that I want them to do. Y'all know me, I'll never stop, and I'll just keep going, and I'll feed these young guys as much as I can, and this team, defense as well. Everybody, they'll have my all, and they'll have my support, so whatever I can do to help the team in this role.
All right, there's Dak Prescott talking to the media after the 19-3 loss to Tampa. He was he was out of this game, was not able to finish the game, and then we found out afterwards has a fracture. And what they said the joint above his thumb.
Yeah, this is. I wonder if this is an injury because he talked about he wasn't able to grip the ball. I wonder if this is a very similar injury to what Drew Brees had, where he hurt I think it was in week 2 several years ago, and then he came back and and was working through all that. They tried, they were amazed at how fast. They even said Dak was even saying, he was surprised how clean the break was and stuff like that. So maybe it could be worse. Probably need to do a little research on this particular injury, but when he said he couldn't grip the ball, it reminded me of the Drew Brees injury. Is what it
And
did.
do you remember how long he was out for?
I need to go back and look at that. It seemed like to me that was that because they were surprised at how fast
he got back.
That he was able to come back. And you're really good with the internet, as I see. So you're pulling all that up,
trying to get there.
Yeah, trying to get there with
somebody help him out, man.
Reminded me because he literally, I remember Brees, he tried to hold the ball and it was falling out of his hand. So there was there's no control with the thumb. I'm sure there's some hand specialists listening to our program right now that are just cringing with me trying to describe what was going on. But
yeah, you mentioned this. Drew Brees' hand injury is known also as skier's thumb.
Oh, skier's.
Jamming in the snow? Is that when you hit it directly? They call it gamekeeper's thumb, too, I think, is another thing.
A fall on an outstretched hand with a ski pole in the palm of your hand creates the force necessary to stress the thumb and stretch or tear ligaments.
Okay.
Not seeing exactly how long he was out. Also, it's called the UCL, the ulnar collateral ligament.
Okay.
Yeah.
This was Drew Brees' thumb injury.
Right.
We're trying to draw a parallel there.
Yeah, it just when he said
he
couldn't hold the ball, it made me think of Drew Brees in the same situation there. So probably way, 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 way off base. I'm sure somebody will text me here in a little bit and tell me that I'm thinking of something completely different. But just reminded me of that.
All right, this is the Dallas Cowboys postgame show. Cowboys fall to the Buccaneers 19-3. Dak with that fractured thumb injury, needs surgery. McGovern left this game with what Jerry called a high ankle sprain. Jaron Kearse left the locker room in crutches. And look, I mean, with Dak, we talked about this in the pregame show, Brian, but this is a guy that, the first 4 years of his career, 5 years of his career, did not miss a game, played in every single possible game. Then he had the injury in 2020.
Shout out to you, Lil.
I was so happy.
Season.
Yeah, I was so happy
Lil
they
Sweet
ran that option and he faked it and he took off running. I'm like, yeah, that's it.
That's the old Dak.
That's the old Dak right there. Yeah. So but you're right.
He's on the wrong side of 30 now.
Calvin Watkins asked him that question.
Calvin,
literally can't catch a break.
Oh my God!
Health, whether it's what Jay Glazer's talking about, or or
shoulder,
or the fracture and the fracture.
Man, getting hurt left and right.
So yeah, it's been a little bit of a tough run. He even said it. Quarterbacks a lot of time they'll jam their thumb, sprain their thumb. They hit helmets, they hit pads, they. When the follow through, things like that.
Thank you, Robert. So really Breeze was out 5 weeks.
He knew when he couldn't grip that ball that something bad was happening to him.
All right, 877-881-1053 is the number if you'd like to get into the postgame show. 877-881-1053. Let's take Roberto in Pittsburgh. Go ahead, Roberto. You're on the Dallas Cowboys postgame show.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
What's going on?
Yeah.
I think everybody's disappointed how we came out today, how we played. Very lethargic.
There are 6 participants in the conference.
Not up to their potential.
Please announce yourself. All participants are muted.
Nobody is intimidated when we show up, and I think it's because our coach doesn't have full control. And what can we do to fix that? I guess is my question.
Can I ask a question?
Uh-oh.
Ask a question, sir.
Angry Brian.
Full control of what?
I mean, the team who plays I don't think our players fear our coach.
Okay.
It's Jerry. Jerry will never have a guy in there that will let that happen.
I think, to be honest with you, sir, I think Stephen Jones is running this team right now. I think Stephen and Will are the ones pulling the strings on this team.
Yeah.
I think Jerry is.
I agree with you, and I agree with you. When Stephen took a lot more control, I feel like we did a lot better. But I still think his dad is still over his shadow. You know what I mean? He doesn't have full control yet.
Yeah, I don't. You know what? Jerry came out, and I think Jerry.
The issue might be with Steven.
Yeah, I think Jerry was very anxious tonight to try and help the media what was going on with Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
I mean, he even patiently answered a question that Ed Werder re-asked. Like, Jerry, I'm sorry, I'm late to the meeting here. Could you? And Jerry, I want Mike to explain it, but here it is. I think this is where I think about Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is at the point now where he thanks us as a media for keeping his team in
mouths
front of the national.
Yeah, in mouths of everybody. Win, lose, or draw.
And I think that he really does appreciate that. But when you look, I think that every day-to-day operations with this football team, it's Stephen, Will McClay, Mike McCarthy. And that's why, I think, people ask me if there was a coaching change, I could see Dan Quinn getting this job before Sean Payton, because Sean Payton will come in and wreck shop on your personnel department. He'll
take over.
He'll we need this, and we need this, and we need this. I don't think Will and Stephen necessarily want to do that.
No, they won't do that.
But
maybe Will.
If you want it, Jerry's got big shoulders. I said this earlier. If you want to throw blame on him, go ahead. But I don't think you're accurate saying that. I think Stephen Jones and Will McClay are the two primary guys. And, Charlotte, her involvement and Jerry Jr., it's a family deal.
It's a family business,
Jerry,
man.
I think, has allowed Stephen to do things necessary he thinks right for this football team.
And look, I think, there are legitimate reasons why you can complain about the offseason and not being more active to improve their offensive line. You can complain about not being more proactive and not improving the wide receiver position. Dak Prescott was bad. The play calling was bad.
Yeah.
Receivers didn't get open.
They didn't get open.
This is a
defense
Jerry
gave
Jones.
up some big plays, though, too.
This is a Jerry Jones.
But the defense held tight,
so far
though.
as, they probably didn't do enough in the offseason, but I don't know that offseason work changes the reality of it tonight. Dak Prescott, you need your quarterback who you paid to be a franchise quarterback to be better than he was tonight.
Absolutely. Yeah.
By the way, Drew Brees missed 5 games in that 2019 season when he had that thumb injury. Not sure if it's the same injury, but to your point, it was reported after that injury that he had issues gripping the football.
That's what I remember. Yeah.
So 5 games he missed in that 2019 season.
What did they do in 2019?
We shall see. All right, plenty more to come, including what Mike McCarthy had to say, plus your phone calls, your thoughts at 877-881-1053. You're listening to the Dallas Cowboys.
All right, man. I'll try to hold for Mike, man. But at this point, I don't even want to hear Mike, man. I hear him tomorrow, man. All right, so we'll can 105, man. Shout out to those guys, 105.3 The Fan. Shout out to them all, what they do. All right, so here's the rule, man. I know it's late for most. We coming off of a loss. And I'm not going to be rude to anybody. I'm going to try to keep it 100. But everybody who called in, you get 2 minutes. It's 2 minute warning. After your 2 minutes, you will hear, they're going to cut you off, or you will hear my guy from the FBI marching in here, and he, FBI, open up! And he gonna shoot you. So we got to keep this thing going. We got a lot of people in the house. Spit your points out, man. I'm doing well for right now. Let's get it. We got this line longer than Shaq feet. We got the 951. You live, baby. Talk to me.
Hey, how you doing, Law?
Doing great, man. Talk to me, man.
Hey, I just got one thing to say, man. We needed to really evaluate this game, and what I got from it was we need Dak Prescott, man. Terrible.
Yeah, he terrible tonight.
We need a quarterback that can come in from the draft and sit behind him and put Dak in the hot seat, because this is unacceptable. No points on the board. Didn't score not one time. We got to stop making excuses and hold this man accountable, man. This is terrible, unacceptable.
No doubt. He didn't look good at all, and we couldn't move the ball. We couldn't bust through a wet paper bag tonight, man. Zeke looked good. Zeke looked good though. Go ahead.
We got to stop making excuses, and we need to hold him accountable. This is his 8th year. There was some high school passes that man should have made. There's no excuses, man. That man is terrible. He been terrible. But that's all I got to say, man. We got to keep it real and stop sugarcoating.
Well, at this point, man, we can't change the stripes on the zebra, man. We just got to roll with what we got. We can complain about the sun and the moon, but there's nothing we can do collectively. But why, right?
Yeah, but we complain about everybody else, though. We hold everybody else accountable.
Who?
We talk about who didn't do this and who didn't do that. The receivers not catching the ball.
Who we complain about?
But why we can't bring up quarterback? Why we can't talk about our quarterback and what he didn't do?
I think we just said it when you called in. He didn't look good today. He didn't go through his reads and progressions right?
Yeah, but that ain't enough though. Y'all gonna change the narrative about what happened tonight. Don't do it. Don't change the narrative. Because I heard you earlier talking about Noah Brown.
Did he not? So you mean to tell me before I let you go? So you mean to tell me before I let you go? You mean to tell me that Noah Brown will be starting on most teams tonight?
Nah, he started on this one, and the quarterback.
You mean so? With that being said, what I'm trying to say is, you didn't see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers knocking over stuff to get Noah Brown. They knocked over stuff to make sure that they put weapons for their quarterback. They didn't take away weapons from their quarterback. So now that's the reality of it. When I banged on the table for Julio Jones, y'all was calling me out, right? Y'all said he was old. Y'all said that he wasn't doing this and that. And I banged on go ahead.
You can't just I understand.
Dog, what I'm saying is that when that DB hit Noah Brown in the back, the official notice, if that was Julio Jones, they'd have gave the benefit of the doubt, they would have threw the flag. But by that being Noah Brown coming back to the ball and that DB hit him in the back, they be like, man, dog, that's Noah Brown, man. They ain't finna give him no call for that.
You talking about the 4th down play?
I'm talking about, I forgot which play, what down it was, but Noah Brown, he's sitting right there. The defender is shooting through his back before the ball get there. The official notice is looking at it like, man, that's Noah Brown.
So Dak didn't throw behind him. He didn't throw behind him.
Not on that play. Not on that play. Go back and watch. I'm talking about not on that play.
Nick Collins, the dude on the intercom said Dak threw it behind him. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, go ahead, Law, man. I respect your radio.
I appreciate you, friend.
I respect your gangster.
All right, bro. Salute, bro. But I think we talking about two different plays. Now, the play that when Dak rolled out to his right, he had no business throwing that, but at least we seen wide receivers make plays on the ball. Now, granted, I'm not saying that Noah Brown is the reason why we lost this game. Come on, Dak Prescott surely didn't play good at all. Come on, y'all. Y'all got to know that I call this thing a spade. Dak Prescott truly didn't play good tonight. He didn't. There's no way that I can point out and say, hey, man, he did good in this, he did good in that. Dak really looked terrible tonight. Terrible. And the play call is nothing matched. Peanut butter, no jelly, bread. We had bread, but no meat. We was just crazy, whatever to say it on Friday. But those are things that the Cowboys have to say to themselves. As good as we can say what Aaron Rodgers is, he looked terrible tonight too, or today too. Why? Oh, he had no weapons. So if you were to think, now I'm not saying that Dak Prescott is Aaron Rodgers, by the way. And I don't think that Dak Prescott played 8 seasons in the National Football League too. But what I'm trying to say is, Cowboy Nation, everybody's going to be pointing the finger, and they got 3 pointing back at them if they only isolate this to one individual player. Collectively, this team looked like trash. Defense did a solid job in most drives. Shout out to the defense. But the offense, there were no continuity, and we had to expect that. But neither here nor there. I got the 219. What's on your mind?
What's up, man?
Not much, man. Talk to me.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're live.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, fam.
Yeah, man. Today is my birthday, man. It's the first time that it's ever been my birthday on a Cowboys, game, and just, what I seen tonight. I had a good birthday and all that, but what I seen tonight with Dak, man. Our defense made plays, man. They made plays. They held the GOAT Tom Brady to 19, right? Mm-hmm. But what was Dak? We got Dak out here, and he's making, like what you was just talking about when he rolled out to the right. He threw that into 3, bro. There's 3 people there by Noah Brown. You know what I'm saying? And they snagged the hell out that thing, man.
You talking about the internet? You talking about the interception, right? When he did the interception one, right?
Yeah. He got shanked on that. Yeah. Like, why even throw that? That's a throwaway. Throw that away, bro.
Right.
So what I'm trying to say is, like, what do we do from here, Law? What do we do from here? What do we do with Dak Prescott? Aaron Rodgers had a bad game today. I seen that.
Man,
what do we do with Dak?
Most quarterbacks. Most quarterbacks today, fam. Look, outside of Pat Mahomes, you can probably go back to Josh Allen. He had a hell of a day when he started off. But most quarterbacks literally had a bad one. Now, granted, some teams were better prepared. Some teams played phenomenal, But at this time, Dak Prescott got a broken thumb. He's out. He's going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks. And when you look at everything, he don't have no rapport with these guys in live action. So it's going to be at least 1 week to 2 weeks for him to get on the same page. So you might as well say Dak Prescott is out for 7 to 8 weeks now. So the Cowboys need to figure out who's going to be their quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. Who's going to be our quarterback? Who's going to carry the team? We ain't looking good.
We ain't looking good, fam. So that's just what it is. The Cowboys, we are in this boat because we created it. And at this point, regardless of how this thing is sinking, the Cowboys got to figure this out. Now, if Cooper Rush come in and, hey, if he go on his win streak or if he start winning, putting games together, that will be a stretch. There'll be a stretch, but the Cowboys are where they at because they made the ship and they are selling in it. So you can't get mad about it at this point. That's just what it is, Cowboy Nation. Look, we could either cry about it and be whiny fans, or we can look at this situation now and say, all right, Jerry Jones, y'all can start making a Twitter page, community. I think that they listen to some of us and say, hey, these are the quarterbacks we need to go out there and get. But for right now, for the 2022 season, you might as well put in your mind that Dak is out for 6 to maybe 7 weeks, 8 at the most. So Dak Prescott, it's no more about Dak Prescott. It's about the Cowboys now. Dak is gone. He's got a broken thumb. All right, so with that being said, I got the 469. What's on your mind?
Hey, Law, what's up, man?
Nothing to it, bro.
I just want to say two things, dog, and then I'm going to let you go. Yeah, me personally, I figure like, we started the game out. Zeke was averaging pretty good. He was running good. We got out we got out our game plan on that part. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people be talking about put Pollard. I like Tony Pollard just straight running. All that reversing and all that. We don't run screen plays well, man. For some reason, we just don't run it well. Yeah. Pollard and Zeke are more effective when they running straight up the field on straight run call. The guy can't call no plays, man. Kellen Moore, I'm sorry. He can't call plays.
Now, which one is it? Is it he can't call plays or Dak Prescott can't play quarterback?
I'm a Dak fan. Dak just got to get his once he listen. Yeah. I believe I'm a Dak guy, man. You know what I'm saying? Dak make a couple throws like Troy Aikman said a long time ago. You either got it or you don't. He ain't gonna get accurate overnight, and it ain't happening. Right, so you got to live with the good and the bad when it comes to Dak.
Yeah.
My thing is, I actually believe Cooper Rush can go win a couple of these games, man. But first, you got to get that tackle. What's the guy's name we just picked up? The Peters guy, whenever he come in week 3, get him in. And we can just get back to the running, because we were running that ball actually pretty good.
Well, we've been banging on the table, running the ball, right? Well, hey, get back to running the ball, make some comfortable things for Cooper, and let's see what we can do, man, heading into these next week 2.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't know, like I say, when Gallup going to get back in week 3. But listen, if we can just get him, I done seen Cooper play pretty good. We saw that game he played against the Minnesota Vikings. He did well. You know what I'm saying? That's because he got acclimated with everything, and they played to his strength. But you got to get back to running that ball with Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard.
No doubt, bro. Appreciate you, man. Hey, it's a good call for him, man. All right, we got the 361. You're live, man.
Yo, what's going on, Law?
Nothing to it, Chief. Talk to me, man.
What's going on, man? Hey, man, this is Ricky Ramirez, man. Hey, I'm 26 years old, about to turn 27. Been a Cowboys fan all my life, man. I've went through the struggles, and I've seen a lot of wins, a lot of losses, but I don't want to get to that. I want to get to this right now, man. Coming into this game, I knew Todd Bowles had a game plan, man, and he was going to stop Dak Prescott's security blanket, which is Dalton Schultz.
Right.
And by taking away Dalton Schultz, he's going to force the CeeDee Lamb. He forced the CeeDee Lamb a lot of times, man, in the first half. And you could see that Dak was throwing it to a lot of coverage. He was throwing it to a lot of coverage, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like, hey, that's unrealistic with Dak, man. That's unrealistic. That's very unrealistic to our quarterback.
I just wanted them to establish something. They never established something like a run. Established the run. They didn't establish it. You know?
Exactly, man. Exactly. And whenever hey, I'm not gonna lie. Tony Pollard and Zeke, they did a pretty good job running the football. But I mean, him throwing the ball, man, dude. Hey, Dak, he looked very uncharacteristic, man. And with him breaking his thumb, it was a finger or thumb. More likely a thumb.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, hey, we gotta rely on Cooper Rush. So it's like, God, man, I don't want to give up on the season because it's only week 1. But I mean, shit. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cuss. But I mean, like, damn, man. I mean, like, it's a lot to ask for our offense right now, man. But our defense, I will say this: our defense is looking good. Michael Parsons got 2 sacks. We got that rush to Tom Brady. I love it, man. I love it.
No doubt, man.
But it's not going to develop points. It's not going to develop points as far as our offense goes.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. Good call from him, man. All right, man. We rolling right along, man. Is it Wavy, dog? Is Wavy? You live, man.
It's Wavy.
What's good with you, man? I know it's all gravy, man. Talk to me, man.
So, man, emotions is high right now.
Yeah.
But I'm about to rewatch the game though after I get off the phone call, and then I break it down. But the defense looked good. They look nice. The run defense was kind of like itchy, but I mean that I feel like that could get tightened up over the time. But offensive wise, man, yeah, it looked like I was watching preseason still.
Yeah,
just like added
Dak
into the roster. That's all that was.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. This is a laugh, and this is Jerry Jones. Like this is the front office. Like we didn't seen it. Every weakness that we didn't have coming into the season, like is now like everything comes to the quarterback, the receivers, through injury alone, linemen. Like we getting smacked in the face with every. It's the bed we made. Period. At the end of the day, and it's just the mirror starting to reflect on us. So. Hopefully we could win 3-4 games in this little skid of time without Dak, man, and get Gallup back, and hopefully his defense could just hold it down. Like that's all we could depend on right now. You want to have some hope, you know.
Yeah, the defense definitely didn't look like they created enough pressure, and but to be real, 1,000, man, the 2000 Ravens, they didn't go undefeated, right? And I'm not saying that we are close to that. Nor the 2001 Buccaneers, they didn't go undefeated. And I'm not saying that we are that. But I'm saying that this defense, they did make some quality stops that you can look back on. Our offense looks still as a bag of chips that got halfway open in your car and it was stayed open for a couple of weeks. And then you bit into it and you say, yeah, man, these chips old. That's what our offense looked like. And we'll find out what Cooper Rush can do. Maybe they have a philosophy and a scheme for the next week.
Yeah, man. One more thing, like, how do you, why do we always abandon the run? FBI, open up!
Yes, man. There you go. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, so just why we abandon the run, we do what we are comfortable doing. Kellen Moore loves that doggone, and it's Dak Prescott's fault, basically, because somebody got to be at fault with this. You running the ball pretty well. You start doing those trick plays. We did about 4 or 5 2-minute trick plays. We did 2-minute trick plays. But at this point, if you want to say that it is Dak Prescott's fault for those trick plays, well, damn it, it's Dak Prescott's fault. He should have audible out of that trick play. Get back to natural using the ball, line up under eye or get into your power sets, and then just run it from there. They had no reason to do that end around, crazy reverse hop, skip pass, whatever, and it was 8 yards backwards the other way. Tony Pollard didn't look like he looked like a shell of himself. Tony Pollard looked like he didn't even exist today. But it's Dak Prescott's fault. That's just how we can look at it, and we can call it from there. I said this before, and I'm going to say this again. When you have, and you can talk about life like this too, it's harder to listen to someone that, hear me out, you guys may not like me for this, but I'm telling you, go to your job and outperform or take over someone's spot at your job. And then the next year or what have you, let that person be your boss. You're going to still subconsciously look at that person and say, well, shoot, I really did better job than you when you had this job. And now you telling me what to do? Scoff time, right? Only taking in a half of it. And baby, this is not me giving Dak Prescott excuses. Damn it, this would actually help Dak Prescott. If you bring in a caliber of someone that got more than 4 years of experience calling plays, somebody who got it out of the mud, somebody that been here longer. Because you can't have the blind leading the blind. When Kellen Moore go into those sources, who is he pulling from? He have nowhere to pull stuff from but his own experience. Kellen Moore is what, 33, 34? He's young. He's young. He's still learning. Damn it, maybe 5 more or 10 more years from now, maybe Kellen Moore will be better. But for right now, he's young. And I can hear the people saying, Lord, you building a bevy of excuses. Look, I kid you guys not. You can't skip there's no shortcuts to success. There's none. As much as I can tell you guys, there's absolute no shortcut to success. And the Cowboys think that they got shortcuts to success. There's none. Just get that out of your mental. I had to get that out. All right, from the 205, you're live.
All right, check this out.
What's good? Talk to me.
This is the thing, but because the chat was jumping off the phone when you were gone. Let me tell you this, man. The thing is, Dak played horrible today.
He did.
And like I said, and like I told the chat way before we got to this point on your show, like I told the chat, hey, Dak played bad. He looked pathetic. He some throws he made, he know he shouldn't have thrown. He threw behind a couple of players.
Yeah.
Then also, I told them blame Terrence Steele too, because Terrence Steele is also a veteran, and he went out there and he had some penalties towards him that was just inexcusable.
Yeah.
Inexcusable, because he's a veteran too. So I tell people, yeah, we gonna blame Dak.
He deserves to blame. Yeah. He deserves.
But also, we got to blame everybody that did wrong. CeeDee Lamb had some passes that should have been caught.
Yeah.
He had some passes that should have been caught, and he didn't catch them.
Yo.
The defense played a hell of a game, but that offense, the defense got some shit to work on too.
They do.
Offensive hours, we got to find our identity, because this ain't it. I was all for it when you said go get Julio. I was saying go get him. Shit, I was even saying when you get shit. Antonio Brown said call him. Goddamn it.
Yeah, he said
we need something.
You remember that? You remember that episode? I said we should go get the dude from Seattle. I forgot his name. Big Boy.
Yes.
Yeah, and everybody was crucifying me, cutting my head off, and checking me. Yeah,
they was on your, they was on your ass.
Yeah,
but then I said, but I'm for going to get. I don't give a fuck if Antonio Brown is controversial. And excuse me for just saying it, but I don't care if he's controversial.
Right,
go get him, because now he can make a difference. He's a number one wide receiver. CeeDee Lamb is not. He's not there yet. And y'all trying to put him somewhere that he's not yet.
Yo, you ain't lying, dog. But, man, I remember y'all go back and watch that tape. I said, okay, give up maybe a second or third for DK Metcalf. That would be the option right now. Because what you want to do, and granted, Dak Prescott probably still play like SHIT, right? He probably still play like that. But what it is just, here's the 1,000 truth. And let me just use this. Let me use this and shout out to the Eagles. Y'all can gloat right now, and y'all can rub it all over my face. When you have two, A.J. Brown and your guy, was it Devontae Smith from Alabama? He didn't. It's like if you didn't have A.J., Devontae, everybody would have been talking from the Eagles community. Oh, man, he's first round draft, but he looked like SHIT. But when you have a release valve and you have the attention to be warded off, at least you can close your eyes and say to Allah and throw the ball. And that guy made enough plays to make something happen. We didn't have that tonight, Cowboy Nation. We didn't have that tonight, Cowboy Nation. Let me repeat, we didn't have that tonight. We had Noah Brown, and I granted, he was our best wide receiver tonight. I'm not taking away from that. 9 catches for so many yards. I forgot how many yards he had, but he was our best wide receiver. And that didn't happen to the late fourth quarters or so. But what I'm telling you guys right now is that you went into this season saying that CeeDee Lamb by himself can take it all. And granted, trust me, I like CeeDee Lamb. I got unbelievable numbers. He can probably step it up next week and say, all right, that was my bad game. I'm going to step it up now, Law. But the reality of it is that we didn't have nobody else to release him or relieve him. And the only person that could get out a little bit was Dalton Schultz, who did exactly what Dalton Schultz did. A short area guy that can catch balls and get down. And I like Dalton Schultz for that. But even Dalton Schultz needs somebody that can help him out as it relates to that tight end play. I got my guy, Scott, you live. Let me see if I can turn you on. Here we go. You live, dog. You live. What's good?
Listen, I'm not happy. This is only game one.
Yeah, it's only game one. Yeah.
Right? And when we let go of Cooper, I told myself I wasn't going to watch not one game because I knew how valuable Cooper was to this team. Not only did you get rid of Cooper, you got rid of Cedric Wilson. Come on, man. You really thought that you take two of your most dominant receivers on the team and say, here you go, Dak. Play with these guys you never played before. Play with Noah Brown, who really don't catch the ball quite well. He's going to be your number 2. CeeDee Lamb's going to be number 1. Go on out there and do it. And when you fail, we're going to make sure everybody that look at the game blames you. The F is that, dude. Let me go here right quick. Let me go here to last year. Amari Cooper, 13 receptions, 139 yards, 2 touchdowns. Could we have used that tonight? Yeah. Cedric Wilson, okay. 3 catches, 24 yards. CeeDee Lamb, your best number 2. You put all the attention on Amari, you open up number 2. 7 catches, 104, 1 touchdown. Could we use that version of CeeDee Lamb tonight? Head to the mother freaking yes. All right, now let's go to the other scripture of the Cleveland Browns. Amari Cooper, 3 catches, 17 yards. But that's because Jacoby Brissett is not that great of a quarterback. He's decent. But what did they do? Nick Chubb, 22, 141, 6.4 carries. Why the F we ain't doing that to Zeke? Zeke was running good tonight.
He was. It was sad.
Zeke was running good tonight, but they went away from him, and you don't see him in the third quarter as much. What kind of philosophy is that? And then you say, oh, it's Dak, it's Dak. You got CeeDee Lamb that's being forced to be the number 1. So let me get the ball to him, just like when they were trying to force feed Dez Bryant when he came back and became the number 1 again. But no, let's blame Dak. Yes, Dak played a horrible game.
He did.
But you take away your best. Take away your right arm that you're good with and say he'll do the best job that you can with your left arm like you did with your right. See how you perform. FBI, open up!
I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, man. That's my guy, man. That's my guy, Scott, man. And just to that point, matter of fact, there was 2 times that Dak Prescott got sacked in that game tonight. And the 2 times that he got sacked for 2 for sure. My guy, I love Tony Pollard. We all been banging on the table. Tony Pollard need to get more touches. But damn it, not on third down like that to hold the block. Tony at one point said, all right, Dak, yeah, man, I'm going to throw to the defender to you, you know. And then the other time he ripped on the block. For the life of me, I thought if the hand was hot, you keep that hand in there. I love the way Ezekiel Elliott picked up blitzes. I love the way he can sit tall in the A gap or sit inside that B and make sure he wall off the block. And I'm sitting there like, what the world the Cowboys are doing? Ooh, sir, you know. All right, is this 832, man? You live.
What's up, man?
What's good, man? Talk to me, man. Turn the radio down and everything. Give it to me, man. You got to turn your background down a little bit, man.
Look.
Yeah, you turn me down.
Let me turn it down.
Or turn me off on the back, man.
Nah, man, look, I'm 38 years old, right?
Yo.
So, first time I remember watching the Cowboys was when we went to the damn playoffs when Barry Sanders ran all over our ass, right?
Yep, 91, I believe, right?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I think that was like the first game I remember. And tonight, that might have been one of the worst goddamn offenses I've seen, bro, since then.
Right.
The only other time that I remember is when we lost to the goddamn Texans.
Yeah.
In 2002. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And tonight, man, it was just like a whole nother, like, it brought me back to that, man, because I stay in, I'm from Richmond.
Okay.
So then CeeDee Lamb, you know what I'm saying, he went to high school here too. So it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying, he kind of like letting us down or something, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you got to step up, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying, he's supposed to be representing.
Yeah, I don't know if the moment was too big for him. I don't know, man.
Supposed to be calling on you, but you ain't really doing what you're supposed to be doing, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That and, like, okay, tonight, like, the defense, I think the defense did their thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if it wasn't for our defense, man, we probably would have been down, like, what, probably more like, 20 points in the first half?
You went for our defense, man. There's a red zone several times, man. I count at least 3 or 4 times.
Like, if it wasn't for them, like, we would have probably been down like 20 points in the first half.
It'd have been 30 to 3, man.
Exactly, man.
Yo, defense did
we give up like 3? We gave them, like 3 field goals or something?
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, man. But, the offense, man, I don't know what to say, man.
FBI, open up! No doubt, man. Appreciate you, fam. Good call from him, man. All right, man. One of my favorite uncles in the world, man. Charles, you live, baby.
What's going on, Law? And because I know I got 2 minutes, so I better get going. Let me just say this. I'm a Cowboy fan since 1979, ever since I was a little boy. So it's in my blood to love the Cowboys like I do. And we done went through a lot of changes. But I'm going to tell y'all Cowboy fans something. Let me tell you something. You do what you want to do. You're grown. And every one of y'all are very intelligent and very smart. And if you want to drink this Kool-Aid, that's up to you. They drank that damn Kool-Aid in Guyana, and everybody ended up dead. So you can drink if you want to. That's up to you. Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones is to blame for this whole systematic mess.
Yeah.
And until start protesting and stop buying these coffee mugs, cowboy underwear, cowboy socks, and all this stuff, they will never change. The person that won tonight was Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones. The people that lost was the fans.
Yeah.
We lost. We lost. And now that Dak Prescott is hurt, you said, well, we're going to have to run the ball a little bit more. You ain't got nobody even throw the ball. Because with Will Grill and what name, you can put both of them together, Cooper Rush, and you can't create one quarterback. And you know it, and I know it. Let me say this in closing. A lot of people ain't going to like what I say. And guess what? I love you, and I just want to tell you out of respect, I don't care. Because when Uncle Charles come on, I tell you the truth. I'm not going to tell you no lies. So let's use the experiment in closing. They asked a handful of people, 1 out of 10 people, if you're by yourself, what would you, in your bedroom, what would you scratch first, your forehead or your ass? And 1 out of 10 say they asked, but they didn't ask the same question, how many will scratch their ass if they got caught? And guess what? Just 1 out of goddamn 10. Let me tell you, meaning, most people will stop scratching their ass when you catch them. But Jerry Jones scratched his ass for a long time.
Uncle Charles, man, I appreciate you, man.
Sure.
Oh my God, man, that's Uncle Charles, man. I love him, man. That he got a great. Oh my gosh, man, Uncle Charles, man. All right, man. I got to give this dude his flowers, man. I got to give this dude his bead of respect. And I wish that this dude, this next caller, man, I wish that this next caller was right. But he was beyond right, man. Hey, this score, what was the total score? Can somebody help me out? Can y'all put the final score in the chat again? Because this dude, Hakeem, when I bring him on, I'm going to let him get 2 minutes. I ought to give the man 4 minutes. So, Hakeem, be nice to me, Hakeem. Be nice to me, man. You're alive, man.
What did I tell you? Leonard Fournette rushed for how many yards?
Oh, my gosh, man. You right on that, too.
How many yards did he run for? How many yards did Leonard Fournette run for?
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my
You made it seem like it was unfathomable. You made it seem like it was just beyond belief that he could possibly run the rock.
Oh, my gosh,
man. What did I tell you?
You said it,
man. Defense down. He wore it down very slowly.
127 yards, 6 yards per tote. You were right on it, man. I hate that you were so right. God, dog, boy. Talk to me, man.
I gave the Cowboys too much credit. I said they were going to score 17.
Yeah.
I said they were going to get at least 17.
Oh, my gosh.
They couldn't even score a touchdown. Law. Dak is overrated.
No, you were living in my head the whole damn game. I said, damn, man, Hakeem was right, man.
He couldn't do nothing with the weapons he had last year, so what did y'all expect was going to happen? See, everyone was calling me crazy the other day. I heard what they were saying about me. I heard they was like, what is he talking about? Like, he's really thinking Leonard Fournette's going to do this. He really thinking the offense ain't about to do that.
What do y'all mean? I'm not a yes man Cowboys fan. I'm just a realist. Y'all think I want to hate on my team? No, I don't want to hate on my team. Y'all think I want to see this shit? Y'all think I want to see this? Y'all think I actually want to see this? No, but I'm a realist. I am a realist. We are in some serious shit, Law. I don't mean to cuss on your show. I know it's on YouTube and everything, but we this season's it's not looking too good. It's not looking good. I thought we already under 500, and we're gonna stay under there for a minute.
Man.
The Eagles are way better than us. Washington's way better than us. The Giants just beat Tennessee today. The Giants beat the Titans, Law.
Yeah, it was a playoff team. Yeah, they were a playoff team last year, right? Yeah, they beat them.
Yes,
the
Titans were a playoff team.
That's the only team.
The Titans, they beat the Giants, and I was in shock. We're in trouble, Law.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. You won, man. You won tonight, man. The truth, man. You and Cold Hard Truth, man. I can't wait to hear him. I think he's somewhere probably here. But appreciate you, Akeem. Thank you, man, for being. They call it zesty. They call you zesty, Akeem. Appreciate you, man. Boy, we tried to roast Akeem for calling in earlier this week, boy. I said, that damn man. I said, man, if we don't get a touchdown, that damn Hakeem going to be right. And then I said, man, we didn't get that touchdown. I said, they make Hakeem was all in my head dead. He was dancing, baby. Y'all just don't know. All right, man. Come on, man. We rolling with it, man. We got this line longer than Shaq feet. I'm going to try to get to everybody. If you already called in and you still on the line, please exit so I won't pick your name twice so it won't mess up the order, okay? That's all I'm trying to say. But I'm trying to get to everybody, man. Tonight, we're going to get to everybody. If y'all can stay up, man, with me. Let's go. I hope you guys took off yesterday. Come on in it. You're live from the 912.
Yes, sir, from the 912, man. This is Jason, my brother. Yo, Law, appreciate you, my man. I'm going to come with my keys real quick, my brother. First, I want to say, man, Cowboy Nation, man, don't worry. Man, our defense did just hold Tampa to 19 points, man. Our defense is okay. Micah, I do think they rushed him. They put him on the edge just too much because if you looked at the game, they started running from Micah. If you look, they started throwing the ball. They started going the opposite of Micah. You know what I mean? Wherever 11 was, they were going the other way, man.
Other way. So, and that's how he got that backside tackle on Fournette. He came from the opposite side of the field. Because they ran away from him.
Right. Yo, facts, man. If you look at the game, man, they started game planning for Micah, man. Like, for real. And also, man, look, we may have lost Dak, but it's all good, man. If we look at other teams, man, look, the Steelers, if we look at the Steelers, man, look, they lost 3 of their MVPs, man. They lost Watt. They lost Watt. They lost, oh, my gosh, I think their defensive tackle. And they lost, they lost their running back. Not Najee Harris. Najee. So, look, man, Cowboy Nation, we're going to be okay, man. Dak's going to be okay. If, we losing for a little bit, look, it's fine. It's football, man. It's week 1. It's football. Come on, Cowboy Nation. It's all good, man. Our defense, look, man, 19 points. That's it's not a dub, but, hey, man, we did what we could, man. So, I just want to give a positive outlook for all of us, man. Let's go.
Let's go, man. I appreciate you, man. All right, well, I mean, if you could find a silver lining in that 19-3, I mean, he just found that little surface area there. It's week 1. We got another game at home. Here's what I got to say. The TV deals are already guaranteed for the next 10 years. So boycotting not watching the game is not going to happen. The moment we not watch the game, that's when Cowboys put up 50. I've heard storylines like that. That's when the Cowboys play great when you try to boycott them. The other thing is they only make a fraction, a snippet at the game versus the TV deals. You can have games forever, it's not going to equate to 100, and I think it's like $111 billion, right? So that's a lot of coins, and that's just how it goes. Cowboy Nation, the TV deals, you can't. There will be more haters watching. Don't y'all know? I can guarantee you right now, Stephen A. is laughing on a video. He's making thousands and thousands of dollars just laughing at us on the video right now. From the 973, you're live. Sam, it's you.
Yeah, hey, Law, how you doing?
I'm doing well, man. I'm okay, man. I'm alive, man. Talk to me, man.
Yeah, well, first, I'm glad to see your show is vibrant now that the season started. So congratulations on all people clocking in.
Right, appreciate it.
And then the second thing is that obviously I think like everyone else, well, I don't know everyone, but a little disappointed with how things gone. And I just listening to the real Tom Downey. Tom Downey over in Chat Sports a little bit too, and he made the point that he's like, it's like this is like Dak's fourth injury now. Is it time for us to start looking at someone else? Like I think he's a top 10 quarterback when healthy, but it's been like the ankle, the shoulder, now this, and like the best availability. The best ability is availability. So at a certain point, even if he's a good player, what do we do? Because we waited a long time for the season to kick off.
Right.
And it's like, it's kind of disappointing that he's like not going to be around. So I just want your thoughts on that, and I'll let you go.
Well, I think that the earlier teams always, in the 90s, always had a quality backup quarterback. Steve Berline was no one to sneeze at. And even if you look at what the Cowboys did when they had Wash and all of those other guys, of course, they always made sure that they got a quality backup quarterback. But this is the modern day. I think that the Cowboys should always, every year, if they have any doubts or reservations on their quarterback, is to draft a quarterback every year, right? Flip, see what you can get under a stone. Also, in the preseason, they should be looking at all backup quarterbacks to see if they can be the quality of the starting quarterback. So I think Miami Dolphins had a good backup quarterbacks in their preseason series. I think you can look at that. So, yeah, I think that should be the situation for right now. Appreciate you, Sam.
All right, that's cool. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, appreciate him. So I get what Sam was saying, and there's no shade at Dak. It's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have the opportunity and not be prepared. But from the eyes and the minds of the Cowboys community and the Cowboys front office, Cooper Rush did win them a game in Minnesota. And for the few plays that he came out in tonight, I mean, he was decent. He wasn't terrible. So and for them throwing him out there cold, so let's figure this out down the line. Shoot, I'm frustrated just like everyone else, but the Cowboys got to figure this out. They only got a week to prepare for the Cincinnati Bengals, and if Cooper Rush got their first slated start, then we'll see. But they should look back at this and say, we are at because this is where we created, right? Everyone have a reason. Results are what matter. I got the 971. This is my guy, JP. You're live. Talk to me, fam.
What's happening, Law?
Nothing to it, man. What's good? What's good? You all right?
Hey, fam.
Yeah, good. Talk to me, man.
I ain't gonna be long, but I told you about your secondary, man. Your boy Brown, man. Hey, Georgia didn't even see the field tonight. And it's so hard to say goodbye to old bums. All right? You now your boy got beat over the top. I said don't get no flag, so he still got beat over the top like 3 passes over the top. Brown did.
Yeah.
Giving up big plays. All right?
Yeah.
So what I would do, I would start Joseph on this next game, and I would bring in Ben DiNucci as quarterback and run the ball. I'll run the ball every game Dak is out, and I'll play action off Ben DiNucci, legs in his arm, because Cooper Rush can't run. All right?
Okay.
That's how you do it. Because, boom, pew, 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 pew. You know what that means? My beatboxing was better than the offense. That's the only excitement I got tonight. Ain't that about a beat?
Hey, boy, you crazy. You burnt up in the head, man.
That's the only excitement I got tonight was out.
You ain't right, man. You ain't right.
You know what I'm saying? Pew, pew, pew. You know, like, wait a minute.
No.
Hey, man, you crazy as hell, man. Hey, man, I appreciate you, man.
Hey, man, I love you. Hey, man. The offense. I'm looking for a draft. I'm looking towards the draft right now. Quarterback. That's all. Right now.
All right, man. I appreciate you, man.
I'm gonna let you go, but I want to say one more thing. Year after year after year, they had a chance to draft a quarterback to back up Dak, and they forgot about that spot. And they got pretty, and now it's coming back to bite their ass because they ain't got no reason, nothing to do now.
Man, no doubt, man. He just said Danucci, they did drafted him, right? So get out of here, man. Appreciate you, man. All right, man. Hey, I got this lady right here, and I know that we need, I'm going to put my shades on because when I bring her on, I know that she's finna sprinkle some of that PVO because we need it. I know we need it, man. And that is Lady Jessica. You're live, lady.
Hey, Love.
What's going on with you?
Upset.
We all upset.
I'm upset because of the fact that every time you turn around, they want to blame Dak for everything. So the dude that batted the ball down when Dak put it in his hand, he batted the ball down to the ground. I thought this was football, not baseball. But yet that's Dak's fault too. So Dak's supposed to throw to himself. Dak, it ain't nobody else on offense but Dak, because everything is Dak, Dak, Dak. These folks only fans when we win. Let me tell you something. Win, lose, or tie, I'm going to rep my Dallas Cowboys. Yes, Dak might have had a bad game, but he wasn't the only one on offense that was bad. If they had a cover for Dak, we would not be without Dak. Dak's thumb would not be broke. That shouldn't have never been touched. But they moved Ezekiel Elliott off the field. That's when Dak got hurt. Leave Big Bear to do what he do best. Cover for his quarterback because that's his boy. Number 2, I'm proud of defense. Defense kept them at 19 points. They doing good. They going to get better. I'm like this. I'm sick of this mess about Cooper Rush. Because if he was so good, if they say, then why we never score when he got on the field? He stand there and let them sack him. He threw over players, but nobody say nothing about when this man throw over players. They want to praise him more than that. So you know what? You fans that always talk down on the Dallas Cowboys, you always want them to lose. You talk against your team. You know, words are powerful. You speak life, not death in your team. You always want to tear your team down, but yet you say you're a fan. I heard people saying they throwing their jerseys away. If you throwing your jersey away, you wasting your money. Why go buy a Dallas Cowboy jersey, shoes, or hat, or anything if you're going to treat your team this way because they lost on the first
no! Appreciate you so much, lady. One more thing.
This is not the end. This is the beginning of what's gonna get better. Now that we ain't got that, let's see how they gonna be crying. Oh, we missed that. No, you don't miss that. You miss him to trash him. You talk about him getting paid when this man played for years without any pay. Paying with just getting crumbs. And because he got paid, now he trashed because he ain't leading us to win. Well, it takes more than our quarterback to win games on offensive side. It takes the offensive linemen to protect the quarterback. It takes receivers to go up for the ball. You see him throwing you the ball. You don't let your no man get in between you and the quarterback and the ball. You
Lady,
got to come
I appreciate you so much, Lady Jessica. We love you. We call in tomorrow too because we gonna flip this all the way around. I appreciate you so much, lady.
I'm just saying, people, y'all need to be positive.
Yes,
Stop
indeed.
thinking the worst of our team and get PVO because I will never give up on them.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So that's Lady Jessica. Oh, man. We love you, lady. Yes, that's Lady Jessica, man. That's my girl. She ride hard with the Cowboys, and I gave her a little extra time to just vent because I know she don't like the Cowboys at all. She love them, man. She's speaking from straight heart, man, and that's what you guys were able to hear. And I can just listen to her all night, man, just speaking, man. This good stuff, man. All right, so we got my guy from the 706. You in the mix live with me. Talk to me.
706?
Yep, that's your show. You're the
Law,
winner.
Mr. Law, what's going on with you this early morning?
Better than I
listen,
deserve
man.
right
I'm gonna tell you the difference between a good offensive coordinator and a bad offensive coordinator.
Go ahead.
A good offensive coordinator he sets his quarterback up for success.
Mm-hmm.
The difference between Tom Brady and Dak tonight, Tom Brady didn't play a good game either, but his offensive coordinator set him up for success.
Mm-hmm.
They said, well, okay, Dallas Cowboys got a great defense. They got pass rushers. So we're going to run the ball. Okay, Tom Brady didn't throw the ball but 27 times tonight. Between Cooper Rush and Dak, they threw the ball 40-something times. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They threw the ball 40-something times. We got two backs that were doing very well tonight. But why did we get away from the run, Law?
Man, we got funny with it, man. We were running, then they started taking the dribbling through the legs, man, to try to do the low look pass. I said, what's going on? Yeah, with that play, we lost 8 yards.
Now,
oh my gosh.
So now everybody want to blame everything on Dak, but we got an offensive coordinator that won't even set him up for success. We're gonna see now that Dak got a broken thumb. We're gonna see what our offensive coordinator does now, because we all know that he don't know how to adjust.
Yeah.
So now he gonna have a lesser quarterback. Let's see what he do now. Let's see where he actually run the ball now. Because that's what we need to do. That's what we needed to do tonight. Because hey, Dak has not played with these receivers that he had tonight. The only one he played with was CD Lamb and Schultz. That's the only one he's been playing with.
Yep, those two.
Now somebody said last year, Law. Somebody said last year that Dak didn't do nothing with the weapons that he had last year. But he needs some milk.
Appreciate you so much, man, my guy, man. Appreciate you, man. Oh my gosh, man. All right, we're gonna cut these, man. 585, you live, baby.
Yo, what's going on, Law? What's going on, Cowboy Nation? Hey, man. I'm not putting all the blame on Dak Prescott. I'm putting the blame on not Stephen A. Smith, Stephen Jones. Stephen Jones and that dang on Kellen Moore. Them two dudes need to be fired off this team. Kellen need to be fired and Stephen need to be demoted. I know that's probably not going to happen, but that's just how I think about this whole situation, because Stephen been setting Dak Prescott up for failure ever since he got his money, and he been secretly saying that to everybody, but people not paying attention. How you get rid of this dude weapons and you expect him to go to the next level? That's not how this game works.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How do you give him a less of a offensive coordinator that don't know how to chew bubble gum and walk? I don't understand it. I don't care about none of that stat crap. Stat crap don't count when it's game time and it's time to go win a game. Man, that's kind of a blessing in disguise that this man got hurt. So now we can really see, like my man was saying, like we can really see what's the problem with this team. And it's Kellen Moore. He doesn't know what he's doing. If the guys is not feeling this dude on the sideline, go put this dude in the booth like Dan Quinn is up in the booth. Maybe he might get a different view of things. He's upstairs instead of downstairs on the ground with the rest of the guys. They need to have somebody else in Dak's ear when he's out there on that sideline instead of Kellen Moore, because it's too much of a buddy yes man type of situation out there on that field, and you can see it because it's resonating within players. I don't see the fire in this dude's eyes. This dude be on the field like the camera looking at him. He got this dumb look in his face, like Kellen Moore be having that dumb look in his face. I'm tired of all that. It's time, yo man. I'm
I appreciate you, bro.
But I'm out.
That's my guy, Tariq, man.
That's where the guts went. Just
we
dropped.
rolling, man. My dog, man. Is it Alfonso, man? Is you, my dog?
Hey, what's up, Lord?
What's up, man?
Alfonso, how are you?
Man. Hey, man, I appreciate you, man, how you treated me out there, man, at the Cowboys Experience event. Hey, man, win, lose, or draw, man. We rolling, man. We rolling, fam.
Yeah, hey, it's weird right now, Law. Usually I'm pissed off.
Yeah.
But I'm in zen right now. I'm very zen. I stayed for the autographs. There's some players that were cool. I got to meet my boy Deron Bland. But overall, it was a great experience with the autographs. I didn't get the ones that I wanted, but it's all good.
Right.
For the game, I was keeping an eye on my boy Tyler Smith. I think he did all right. And like I told everybody, like Osa, anybody I got to talk to, Bones Faso, hey, guys, keep your head up because you know what? Last year we lost the first game, and we made the playoffs.
Yeah, true that.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Be positive.
Yep.
And every player looked at me like, yo, who's this guy? Like, how he's being positive right now?
Yeah.
I was like, dude, normally I'm pissed off. But today I'm zen.
Yeah,
so
first game won.
That's all I got to say, Law. I'm surprised that Tolbert didn't really play compared to Houston. So just what you think of the game? Give me some feedback.
Well, I think that we didn't get anything established as far as the continuity. I think that we would have stuck with the run. We would have been better. And just stick with the philosophy, man. We didn't have to go any with the trick plays. We did way too many, got too cute. I think that if we would have just slugged it out, played some classic football, we'd have been better, man. That's how I look at it. Defense played amazing to me.
Hey, I gotta go because I'm literally at the McDonald's drive-thru right now. I'm about to order. But, hey, guys, everybody, keep your head up. Be positive. I got autographs. I met the cool players.
Yeah.
And I met Law Nation.
Man,
so,
I appreciate you, man, so much, man.
I'll see you guys next week. I'll call next week, all right?
No doubt, man. That's my guy, man, Alfonso, man. He showed me a good time out there at Cowboys Experience, man. And I promise you guys, there are ways we can look at this. Crash and burn, season is over with. We lost week 1, and you want to rip off your clothes and never support Cowboys. And you can also sit back and say, all right, cool, these are the obstacles that we are looking at. We've seen this before. And then y'all can beat me up. Blame me. I'm the reason why we lost, right? I'm the reason why we not winning because I'm so optimistic and because I can see beyond the puddle of mud that what's going on. So blame me. But dog it, at the end of the day, man, people like Alfonso, man, he drove all the way up here and he had a great time with Cowboys Experience, and being able to express his thoughts with this team goes a long way. Granted, it's been 27 years, but I showed you guys that drought paper where it was 75 years for most other fan bases and things like that, and 48 years for some others. It's not the end of the world. It's week 1, right? We last place in our division, and it ain't nowhere else but up from here, right? And let's roll with it, man. Let's roll with it. I got my guy, man, one of my favorite coaches in the world, Coach Marv. You live.
What's going on, Law? Man, please let me get a vent in here like everybody else.
Okay, let me let you vent before I even cut your time on, man. Go ahead.
Listen, people, I've been coaching. I have been around football for many of years, and I have been a Cowboy fan for a long time. And I can tell you, if y'all believe anything that old Coach Marv says, I can tell you this. Just stop blaming the players. Let's stop this with this Dak Prescott thing. Since the middle of the season last year, as you have stated, Law, This is the same offense for the last 8 years or more.
Yeah.
And teams got this offense, these route combinations in their back pocket. Law, you probably could pull up. I want you to go back to the video when you get to all 22. I want you to go back to the video you did right after the season, and it talked about this and you kept running the same pass concept, same pass plays, and said these are the plays that he ran most of the season.
Right.
And I will guarantee you it will be the exact same that when you get to all 22, you'll see the exact same thing that you ran when you did that video, when you had the thing, keep running the plays with the X's and O's and keep running the plays.
Yeah.
This offense, and I have said it, I have talked on you on many times that I did not feel that. I have said I did some research and looked at it. I go back to what the great Kurt Warner said when he talked about the route concepts in this offense. I tell people when we play in big games, we want to talk about Dak Prescott. We want to talk about everything else. But let's think about it. In the big games against Arizona, this offense looked just as bad as it did tonight. In the big games against San Francisco last year, it looked just like it looked
tonight. Yeah.
Last night.
Yeah.
In the big game against Kansas City, it looked just like it looked when? Tonight.
Yeah.
In the big games in the season, and then in some of the smaller games like Washington last year, the Giants, it looked the exact same way because this offense simplicity is in the back pocket of Kellen. Kellen Moore is in the back pocket of defensive coordinators. I appreciate the offensive line playing. People want to talk about the offensive line played bad. They want to blame that we don't have the offensive line. I think Froniak and the rest of these guys did well. They're going to miss some blocks. But for overall, they did well. Pre-snap penalties, all these type things, head back to your offensive coordinator. And I'm going to say this, and I'm one of the people, long since I've been in coaching, I never was a coach killer. I know how it is. I know how it is to be a coach killer. But Mike McCarthy is not the guy to put this team to the Super Bowl. Because we could talk about he's selling, we could talk about all this, but he got to be able to see that in big-time situations, we got total dysfunction on this offense, and we're not doing the things to make the game easier for your quarterback and the easiest for your offense. They called us this before that said their offensive coordinator said, hey, I don't have the weapons like I had before. I'm going to revise the game plan, and I'm not going to have the same game plan from last year. I'm going to do it for us to win a game. And this is what we have to do. And regardless of what we bring in here, we can talk about getting all the receivers in the world. We had the receivers last year, and we looked at the offense when you're playing good teams, they got their heads screwed on right. They are on top of it. The all 22 will show that these route concepts and the people are on top of our receivers before they do these in-breaking stop routes, and we're not allowing the receivers to be creative and be players.
Yep, there's no creativity, there's no clear outs, there's none of that stuff, man.
None of that. Another thing you're going to see on the all 22, which is not incorporated in our offense, Law, I want you to look at these now. You're going to see the running back in the flat has got 5 yards between him and any defender every time he's in the flat, and we threw the ball to the flat once or twice. Even when we almost threw that pick to CeeDee Lamb on the 2 route, the linebacker who was supposed to guard Ezekiel in the flat, he was already going to the hook. I'm telling you, Law, I just want to make sure, because I may not talk to you during this week, but fans, we need to get on the board and say, if the Jones family feel that if they say they like their players and they like their staff, I have never heard of ownership that said I like our staff, like our players, and I like what we put here, and not hold the coaches accountable for not letting them make the deuce.
No doubt, man. My gosh, man. Appreciate you so much, Coach Marv, man. Great
I
stuff,
appreciate
man.
you, Law. I appreciate you giving everybody the platform to vent. Man, go Cowboys. We're gonna still be in this thing.
No doubt, man. It's Coach Marv, man. Look. Great words by Coach, man. And put y'all hand together for Coach, man, because all off season he been preaching the same thing, and we get a chance to hear it now and see it as well, man. I think that we still a good team, but it goes back to the Ferrari, situation. Whereas you give a kid a Ferrari, they still smash it up, man, especially at that age of playing. All right, I got the 214. Is this Star Gazer? Is this you?
Yes, it's me. What's up, Law?
Nothing to it. Talk to me. What's on your heart?
Yeah, I'll just go off of what Coach Mark said. Well, one saying, yes, Dak had a bad game. We all know he had a bad game. I was disappointed in the way Dak played. But, again, we have to go off of what you said. Aaron Rodgers had a bad game. And y'all say he's elite. Matthew Stafford had a bad game, and y'all said he's elite because he won a Super Bowl. Who else had a bad game today? It was a lot of quarterbacks that did not look good today. Yeah. And talking about we did have something going. We had the run game going. And once again, but that's what I was getting to. What I'm most disappointed in is Kellen Moore once again. He has refused to make adjustments. I don't think, Law, do you think Kellen can make adjustments?
I think that he can. Is rough for him.
I just don't know. He doesn't make adjustments at all. And we're talking about the offensive line play, but I'm like, the times that Dak got hurt and the only times that Dak got sacked was when we had TP in there trying to block when that's not what he does. And all of y'all who kept saying, now I see fans backtracking because before it was Zeke is washed and we just need to put Tony Pollard. We had content creators saying we just got to put Tony Pollard on the field and everything will be great. Well, guess what? We sat Zeke out for several series and we gave Tony Pollard the ball, but did we have different results? No. And just like Coach Marv is saying, this offense has been the exact same that it has been since we don't know when, that they literally know everything that we're doing before we do it.
Yeah. And
it's just to the point, and I'm disappointed because Dak is hurt now, but I'm not going to go far and say, I was saying earlier because I was in my feelings that the season is over. I won't say that the season is over, but I do know that if Kellen keeps up, if Kellen continues to do what he's done as far as continue to pass that ball like he did that 2020 year, then, yeah, we're going to have a problem on our hands. But anyway, go Cowboys. I appreciate you, Law, and I'll let you get to the next caller.
Appreciate you. All right. Cowboy Nation. and I think somebody said, and I try to read it, and it is not blaming. Look, I tell you what, and my guy, Boss Cowboy, brought this out. It's not blaming Kellen Moore for the inefficiencies, right? If we are to speak 1,000 truths, I don't think that anybody in this chat that's communicating in this chat know more football than Michael Irvin, that know more football than Troy Aikman, that know more football than those guys that spoke out and said those same things that we echoing about Kellen Moore. I don't think that you guys know more than those guys. If I was to do a poll, right? And Boss Cowboy got a full document of those guys speaking out what Kellen Moore does on the offensive element with actual audio. Like, check out what Troy Aikman had to say. And shout out to those guys. I push back as much as I can, but the reality of it is that Kellen Moore, I truly believe, is a brilliant guy. But you can't get the shortcuts to success. And when I say these things, it's not me being It's not me being a know-it-all. It's not me trying to make excuses. But I truly believe that he got to go through his growing pains. Before you can get your college degree, you got to go through 4 years of college. You can't get it all done in 1 year, in 1 semester, 2 semesters. You can't. They won't let you take those many hours. But there's a time in life that we have to understand that there are absolute no shortcuts to success. Like I asked my guy, Louis T., Washington Commander fan, I said, what would he do to have Sean McVay as his head coach or Kyle Shanahan? Both of them lost on the opening week, by the way. He said he'd get rid of all of his coaches. There's no shortcuts to success. Those guys cut their teeth with the Washington team, right? Those guys been to multiple Super Bowls. The Washington team is just like us. We haven't been, they haven't been. But it goes to show you that there's no shortcuts to success. You're going to have to get it out of the mud. And what Kellen Moore's biggest impediment to this offense is making the necessary adjustments. You could talk all day about, hey, well, Dak Prescott audible out of it. But the collective sum is he is the offensive coordinator. And the offensive coordinator, dog it, got to stand tall and say, hey, this is the play I want you to run it. Case in point, you see Dan Quinn, right? He's the defensive coordinator. We just don't see multiple times that even if the guy with the green dot audibles out into another defense, we don't see this many blown coverages from our defense. And, of course, as much as we poo-poo on Anthony Get Down Brown, those are his limitations. 9 times out of 10, those boys are going to win. I can book that. Mike Evans versus Anthony Brown. Come on, baby. Julio Jones versus Anthony Brown. But we saw Julio Jones make a great impact in this game. When they use him on the end of route, they utilize Julio Jones to his best skill set possible. They utilize Mike Evans to his best skill set possible. They utilized Chris Godwin when he was out there to his best skill set possible. And one can argue it didn't matter what type of quarterback it was. If they had Teddy Bridgewater out there, if they had any guy, even if they would have had Dak Prescott, I'm quite sure the outcome would have been the same because those plays, if you look at it, it was no uniqueness to the plays that were called for those boys to get open out of the quarterback. But it was designed for them to run the ball to open up the pass tonight. They whooped our ass, literally. And they hurt tons of our Cowboy players. They were better prepared. But people going to always look at it and say, okay, it's 4 problems. Yeah. But it's also Kellen Moore, and yeah, it's also this front office as well. Next caller will be from I got a lot of people in here. But let me let my guy in, man. He's been waiting here for a second, too. From the 206, you in the mix. MJ, you live.
Hey, what up, you all? I'm at work right now at the club outside. I just let people in.
Okay, no doubt, man.
All I got to say, man, that was embarrassing. But you can't build Rome in one day. But me and you said it. Remember what I said? I said the key to us winning is going to be Kellen Moore. And
you did say
Coach
that. Yeah.
Moore said we doing the same stupid plays, the same dumb plays. And they know it. Everybody know it. And then I was looking at their defense law. They played all the way back like San Francisco did and Denver. They was way back. And, Law, we said it. When we favoritism, that's why we lose, Cowboy fans. It was 3 receivers in the preseason camp that really showed off. And when they got to the game, they showed off. That was number 80, number 81, and 17 did okay, too. But that speed with 81, the jump ball with 80, he's fast. But we keep favoritism, guys, we're going to get beat. Yeah. We got to stop favoritism. And I'm going to tell you something. All right, we could brag that the defense did okay. To me, they got an F. Because that running game, I was like, man, who we got? The DNs the dude running outside on us, running to the left, right. That's how we should be doing. And you got to give it to Tampa Bay. The play calling was beautiful.
No trick plays. They didn't have to do no they did it when they did interact. It was just straight to the point, north, south.
Yeah, north, south, and we got the speed too, and the whole team get an F. That's a good learning experience. But if they start Cooper Rush, we in trouble.
well Cooper Rush.
He can't run. That's that favoritism, Law.
Well, we'll find out, man. It's crazy, man. My guy, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, MJ, man. Yeah, it's a good call from him. He said shalom, man. Appreciate you, man, my guy. All right, we rolling, baby. I love y'all, man. I love y'all so much, man. We still here, we live, and it ain't no stopping us now, baby. I got the 907. You live. Yeah, what's good, man? You all right? You got some stuff going on over there, man.
My bad, man. I'm on the road right now, man. How you doing, Lo?
Man, I'm well, man. Talk to me. Make it quick, bro. You got a lot of stuff going on.
Hey, I was just, man, it was just a little bit like they had just touched on it. I had called you last year and said the same shit about Kellen Moore. He came up underneath Jason Garrett.
Yo.
Did you expect anything different? You know what I mean? Of course they're gonna know our playbook. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Dak, man, Dak was frustrating today, but you can't blame that on him. A little bit of trying to get our starters out playing during the preseason probably could have prevented a little bit of this.
A little bit, yeah.
No continuity with the wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Man, at this point, man, I'm just as frustrated as everybody else. Man, we got to come up with something, man. I wasn't expecting for you to take my call just as quick, man. I had a couple points, I lost them. I appreciate your time. I don't want to hold you up, man. Hey, go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys, bro. Y'all appreciate you, man. I love it, man. I love it when somebody understand, hey, you know, they lost their points and then they say, hey, man, I got to roll, man. Praise God. You know, I appreciate that. All right, so we rolling right along, man. We still got a lot of people in here. But what I'm going to do is in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to lock it down. So if you have not called in and you want to call in, please call in now. Because if not, your words will forever be just in the chat. All right, so I got the 843. It's you and me. You live. 843. Is this Green? I think I see your name. What's good, man? You live. You live.
Oh, I'm live. I'm live, man.
You're live in here, man. Yeah, talk to me, man.
Hey, what's going on, Law, man? Hey, long time listener, man. First time caller, man.
Appreciate you, man, for your support.
Yeah, man. I love what you're doing, man. But I'll make it quick, you know. So I know it's a 2-minute limit, but first thing I want to say, man, is like echoing pretty much some of the points that everybody was saying, man. Is like Kellen Moore, man. It's like once you see Zeke, goddamn, he's doing 7-8 yards a carry, hand there. Why would you get away from that? I mean, it's like you got. It's like we get down 6 points to 3 points, and now Kellen Moore. Now we're down 26-3. Now he wants to just throw the ball all across the goddamn place.
Yeah.
It's like why? Just stick to what you know. You're running 12 personnel with them. Right down to the defense. I mean, it's just like just stick what you know, man. It's like he just hit the edge. I think sometimes he hits the panic button. To be honest.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you, man.
I imagine right now you're feeling a bit like Alice. Tumbling down the rabbit hole.
Hey, man, he went into the Matrix, man. Hey, man, when you get out of the Matrix, man, call me back, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate y'all for keeping the beautiful decorum, you know, in the chat. But, hey, it is what it is. My guy, DMV. George, you live.
Yo, I'm going to keep it short, sweet, and simple. This offense is broken. It reminds me of the Indianapolis Colts game from 2019, or even the Cardinals game, or the Broncos game from last year, or most of the games in 2020. I despise Kellen Moore. I feel like at the end of the last season, I actually like I cried actually, like real tears that we kept this man. Like I have real hatred in my heart for him at this point. If you ever watch Kirk Warner's breakdown of the 49ers game and Kellen Moore's attacking of zone, you can really see like his deficiencies as a play caller, and I will never ever forget this. I'm not gonna lie, like I will never forget that video. I'm a USC fan, so I know how good offenses run. We're really off schedule. Our best drives were like we had to go 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 11 every single time on our first drive, and that's just unacceptable to have like efficient offense. I can go into like the details of why our offense is bad, like, but I don't have the time right now. But like, yeah.
Yeah, call in tomorrow, man. We probably have more time, but yeah, I appreciate your thoughts of this, man. Yeah, it's
no problem, man.
It's like not universal offense, man. Like consistent offense, man.
It's like I don't understand how you like we're in 3rd and 11 most of the game and we're doing 3-step drops and wondering why our quarterback hand is hurt when he's literally throwing into linemen every single play. Like I just don't get it. Like if you want to get a large chunk play, you have to do more than a 3-step drop. It just like, I mean, but people that don't know football and stuff, we want to blame that on Dak, but you just don't know like, what's the word I'm looking for? Just like the details, the nuances of the game. Yeah, that's all I can say for right now.
No doubt, DMV, man. Appreciate you, man. That's my guy, DMV George, man. All right, so we moving along pretty good. Get out the way. All right, let me see if we have my guy, Dallas Cowboys, 1992. You're live.
Yeah, what's up, Law? How you doing, Law?
I'm doing good, man. I'm alive, man.
I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna say this. Kellen Moore, yes, he's a problem. He's a problem because, as you can see, I mean, we got the talent on the team. I mean, we got the talent. We missing a couple of things. I mean, it was some players like we could have used Turbin. You seen like when Dak did that.
The conference has been locked.
The outside, and he had like he was gonna fake it to Turbin.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. I mean, it's like the plays that we do good in, the areas we do good at. Kellen Moore is like I think he thinks too much. He thinks too much and try to overdo what he's supposed to be doing. I mean, Zeke was like carrying the ball 5.2 yards a carry.
Oh my God.
5.2 yards a pop, bro. And you gonna stop doing that? That's the problem. See, the problem is maybe we needed this for accountability now, so they can start running and stop having McCarthy over there just sitting there chewing gum and looking silly on the sideline.
Oh my God.
Maybe he now can take the chance and not take the reins for Kellen Moore. Just do what we got to do, man, because this is ridiculous. And Dak, I'm going to say this. This is the worst game was one of the worst games I've seen Dak play in a long time.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it was just rust, man. To be honest, a lot of it was rust. He should have got at least a game in for preseason, just to shake a little rust off and get acclimated with the receivers, man. So
and get hit a few times. Yeah.
We ain't out of it. We just got to go make it like, probably go pick up Super Gremlin. Super Gremlin, Brown, Crazy Man, Brown.
Yeah.
See what we got, man, and go from there.
Man,
that's it.
Man, you a good call today, man. I appreciate you, man. Good call from my guy. That's a real good call from him. It is week 1, right? And let me re-say this again. It's week 1. Mathematically, the Cowboys are not out of it. We are in the bottom of the division. Sometimes I tell people all the time, shit, sleep on the floor. Sleep on the floor, you can't fall out of the bed. So you got nothing but up from here. It's going to be all right. Look, I'm not the type of person that falls and fold over and fold up like a wallet or a lawn chair. Let's get it, Cowboy Nation. Man, we got all these people still in here. All right, from the 409, what's on your mind?
Hey, what's up, Law?
Nothing to it. Talk to me, man. It's your world.
Hey, Law, look, let me tell you something, man. Do you know that Kellen Moore is the 3rd most powerful guy in his organization behind Jerry and Stephen Jones? He has more power than Mike McCarthy.
He do.
And that's what the issue is. That's what the issue is. And so, look, let me tell you this, man. This starts and ends. We want to talk about offense coordinator. We want to talk about players. It starts and ends with this front office and Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones, and mostly Stephen Jones. So what I'm trying to tell you is what we need in this organization is a culture changer. The only one I can see is Sean Payton. If you want to get Kellen Moore out, you need to get Sean Payton in. The only way that's going to happen is if the Joneses get embarrassed. They have to be shamed into doing things. And so what I hate to say it, man, this season got to go down the tubes for them to make a move, because if anything is kind of salvageable, they're going to say, hey, let's just right the ship, get a couple of pieces in here and go at it again. We've had different players. We've had great wide receivers last year. We've had all those things. But what we had in place for the last 26 years is the Joneses. We need a culture changer. That has to happen at the top. We can't change out the Joneses. But the next person in control behind the Joneses need to be a culture changer. Remember, Jimmy Johnson was a culture changer. Even though Jerry was there, Jimmy was under him and changed the culture beneath him. So you need a strong figurehead in there. I don't know if they want that, because they can't get credit if they get a Sean Payton in here, because everybody don't get Sean Payton credit if he wins. But that's what we need. The only thing that can do that is embarrassment, man. And so we can talk all we want to about players, teams, all this other stuff. At the end of the day, it's about this culture, and this culture is not allowing our guys to succeed. That's just what it is. It's been 26 years of no Super Bowl, forget Super Bowl, no NFC championship game, man. And the people that's been around here that long, it's no players, no coaches, it's the Joneses. We've got to get everybody in here to change that.
No doubt,
hey,
man.
Listen, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you, man. That's a good call from 4-9. Culturally, the Cowboys. Oh my God, that's so many layers. It's like a layers of onions, man. When we talk about these things, why law? Because here's why I call it the layers of onions. This particular team is being ran like a mom and pops, and it doesn't matter. I don't know. Let me say it this way. It's a better way. This is a better analogy. And I used this analogy before. If you somehow work for a company that's a starter company like a mom and pops, and you can come in with your PhDs, your MBA, it don't matter, your graduate's degree, you can graduate top of your class, and you work for this said mom and pops company, and Junior is the next person that's in charge after Daddy, and they got the cousins and stuff like that, they would literally be over you. And you can have all of your fancy degrees, and you can say, hey, I learned this and that from this Harvard University or Yale, Duke. It don't matter. Brown University, it don't matter. Your degrees means nothing, because they blood in. You may be the educated in, but they're blood in. And so what we see, and I know people personally that works for the Jones family or what have you and beyond, that got more power because their father or because their mother worked with Jones. And it doesn't matter of your skill set, of your abilities, or what you think that you bring to the table, because you would not trump them. And that's just how it is. On a collective level, it's including those who work for any mom and pop stores. Y'all may be somebody right now that's living in this reality right now. They said, man, I went back and got my degrees. I went and got my certification. I got the experiences. But Johnny is still ahead of me. Sarah is still ahead of me, because they blood in. And there's nothing we can do about it. You can cry and be mad at the moon for what it's doing. You can be mad at the sun, but there's nothing that you guys can do about the Jones family. Y'all can talk about boycotting. Yeah, he's right about the embarrassment aspect of it, but all they're going to do is move in people that they trust and they believe. But that's just how it is, Cowboy Nation. Cronyism and nepotism. You can't defeat that. But for what the Jones family did, you can look back and say, you can pull out the positives and you can pull out the negatives. But there would not be the fight or flight with the people upstairs, because the general manager don't have his back against the wall. It's not they're going to have a clean up, everybody, everywhere type of situation, because they are the architect of this. You can't erase them. You can complain all you want, but like I said, the TV deals, $111 billion was already guaranteed before they even played tonight. They making hands over fists. So you talking about you going to do this and do that, it's like you walking out to the ocean, whipping it out and peeing and saying, I'm going to change the ocean yellow. It's not going to happen. That's how much of an impact that you got. It's nothing. As a fan, it's nothing. Absolute nothing from the 5-10 you in. $5-10 going once, twice, 3 times a lady. All right, 5-10. Call back, man. Well, talk to you tomorrow then. 609, what's on your mind?
What's going on, Law Baby? What's going on?
Nothing to it, Chief. Talk to me, man.
Okay. Man, you know what? My biggest thing is, my biggest fear, rather, is that Jerry going to do to the Cowboys that Davis did to the Raiders, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And one other thing too, CD is not that dude, man. I mean, he's a strong number 2, you know, but he's not. He's a weak number 1. He's like that. I don't know. He's like that supporting actor. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, yeah. And you know what? And the thing about it is, CD Lamb really. It's
not his fault though. It's not his fault.
I know.
Right.
I know. It's like because he didn't want 88. Remember, they kind of forced it on him. Even in that commercial, they was like.
No, did you see that? Did you see that they selected 19 for Kevontae Turpin? I mean 9 for Kevontae Turpin. He didn't want number 9.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Don't you know how much? Don't you know the immense amount of pressure it is to wear number 9? There's nobody. He got 200. Look, Tony Romo got the franchise record of Cowboys touchdowns. I think it's 247. Nobody come close to that. And they gonna give that man that number who was undrafted.
I know, and you know, and like I said, even in and I don't know if you see that commercial with CD. He didn't even look like he really, you know, he was like sure with 88, then with the other 88, you know.
Yeah.
I think they need to go out and get a number 1. They need to go out and get a true, bona fide number 1.
No doubt, Chief. I appreciate you for calling in.
Okay. All right, Law, baby.
Appreciate you, man. All right, that was big, man. Appreciate him. And here's the thing. Cowboy Nation, and this is what I got to say. When you say true number 1, you always, look, who's the best wide receiver in the league right now? Who's the best wide receiver in the league right now? Watch how we play this game. Who's the best wide receiver in the league right now? Yeah. And then you can start saying, okay, opposite side of them, they got someone else. There's always, look, the best wide receiver in the league don't have Noah Brown as a safety release valve to help him out, right? Cooper Kupp, right? We seen Allen Robinson and all of those boys. And you know, Robinson, you crazy. Devontae, you know. Justin, Devontae Adams, all of those guys. They're other wide receivers, their other contemporaries are a whole lot better than what we ushered out tonight. And I got high hopes. I got high hopes for Dennis Houston, right? But come on, guys. Let's get it. All right, I got the 951. You live. Yeah, you live. You live 951. Hot Mike. Hot Mike.
What's up with
What's
you,
good with you? What's good with you, fam? Talk to me.
Man, I'm trying to figure out why. I'm gonna tell you something right now. Now, I honestly strongly believe that Jerry Jones didn't go out there and get a number one receiver or nothing like that because he really deep down want to see what Dak Prescott got. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that angle, yeah.
And I feel like Jerry Jones, because if you watched the game, I know you watched the game.
Yeah.
You watched the game, you seen Jerry Jones was in that booth, quiet.
Yeah. We saw that.
You know what I'm saying? Because he see Dak Prescott overthrowing guys, underthrowing guys, throwing it in when guys is double team, triple team. You know what I'm saying? And crazy coverage. You know, so like. He's seeing what Dak Prescott is about, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about Jerry Jones, he hold on too tight to people that he drafts. You know what I'm saying? He don't go fishing in free agency. He don't go do none of that. You know, because what you got to do in order to win a championship, he didn't have a few under his belt, so he should know this. You gotta go buy that championship, which means you gotta go fish in free agent. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go trade for this guy and that guy. You know, Jerry Jones said that he makes what did he say? He said he makes damn, what's that word?
Ambiguity.
Anyway.
Oh.
He said he gambles. He said he gambles with his players. You know.
Okay. Yeah.
But if you gonna gamble with a player, then trade this man for that man. You know what I'm saying? You got your defense. You got
FBI, open up!
Crazy,
no doubt,
crazy
bro.
Stop.
Appreciate you, man.
Your defense making.
It's a good call from him, man. Hey, he's right. You know, my thing is, and my guy Mark says, what's Cowboys' record without 77? Last year they were 6-3. So now if you add that in, so now they're what 6-4. But I don't think left tackle was the issue tonight. Okay, I think that they really slapped us across the face were when we put Connor McGovern in, and Connor McGovern got hurt or what have you. Put Matt Farniok, who played decently, of course. I think he only allowed one sack when he was in there. Here's the thing, though, Cowboy Nation. The caller got a strong, good point about the Jones family and about his gambling and things like that. There's nobody on this planet that can probably sit back and say, yeah, I gamble just like Jerry, right? And I'm a multi-billionaire with a B. Jerry is brilliant in those sense, right? Now, I think there was on 105, my guy Brian Broaders kind of broke it down to like a fraction about how, the Jones family operate and proceed with their procedures on a lot of things. And I'm not going to talk too much because I don't want to get eliminated from this platform if I go into details of other things, right? I don't want to go into details of that. But I can tell you for one thing for sure that the Cowboys are where they at because they elected to be there. There's no salary cap to coaching, and we're sitting. How much money we got? $23 million. And I told people before. Let me just get before I go too far into this, man. To 210, the 210 you in 210. I don't think I got you. 210 you in.
Going on?
What's good, man? Talk to me, man.
What's going on? But hey, this is Dr. Q, man. I'm calling you from the Caribbean. Man.
Caribbean's my dog. What's good?
Yeah. How you doing, brother?
Doing great.
I've been sitting up here studying all day, man. I got to be in a pathology class in like 6 hours. But hey, I just wanted to call in, man. As always, I enjoy your show. But I wanted to just say real quick. I know there's people out there that's talking about, well, we should let Cooper go. We're paying him $20 million. That's too much money. But if you look at it, Cooper is not even a top 5 paid wide receiver now. And what folks don't understand is that the intangibles that he brings are brought to the Cowboys route running, double coverages. So what does Todd Bowles do? He sits back and says, well, they got one receiver over there. CD, we're going to play him up top or we're going to play him close. So he had a bad game. But we know the offense played like poop. I mean, they really played like poop.
Yeah.
But I tell you, one other thing I want to bring up, too, is what happened to when you get a chance, when you get a chance to watch his tape, watch LVE. Watch him, man. LVE played like garbage. I know everybody's saying the defense played good, but LVE played like garbage. And if you look at it, the running back from Tampa, he ran away from Micah on those one when he was getting 16 yards of gash, 7 yards of gash.
Mm-hmm.
Go look at LVE. He really played horrible. But they'll figure it out, man. I don't know what's going to happen. Like I said, folks are saying, hey, let's go get all these receivers, but you got to have a quarterback to throw it to them. You have to have a quarterback to throw it to them. You can go get I hear people talking about AB, OBJ, and all these receivers, but you need a QB to throw it to them. They're going to figure this out, man, and Cowboys don't give up on us, man. All right, Lord, that's all I have, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man.
All right.
It's my guy, man, all the way from the Caribbeans, man, calling in. And you pay for what you get. And that's as simple as it is, man. And you pay for privacy. And this is real talk, Cowboy Nation. You pay for privacy. I'll take my shades off now. I don't have to look around anymore. You pay for privacy, and you pay for what you get. Law, what do you mean when you say pay for privacy? I remember, man, in my earlier days, in my early 20s and mid 20s, and right before I got to my 30s, when you going for apartment shopping, you know, there are options out there. And when I say you pay for privacy, privacy equals comfort. When you park your car in some of those locations, they have no garage coverage, right? But when you start making a little bit more money and you got more valuable vehicles, you pay that extra, maybe $75 a month, maybe $150 a month, close to $300 a month sometimes. You will pay for that privacy. You will pay for that comfort because you know that what you have is valuable to you. But if you don't give a hill of beans about said automobile, you just park it outside. Anybody can roam, touch it, scrape it, park close to it. When it's raining, you got to get out in the rain to get to your vehicle. And one of the comps of having your own house is that you got a garage. You pay for privacy. You pay for comfort. But you will also pay for the pain. The Cowboys elected not to upgrade. They said, man, I want everybody to see my car. I want everybody to see where I park my vehicle. I'm not going to cover it. I'm going to let people touch their hands all over it. When it rain, when it hail, I got good auto insurance. I got good insurance. It'll cover the hail damage. You got people like that, right? They're willing to not care less about the car and say, okay, well, I got the insurance to cover it, right? You got people that think like that. But look at they don't understand the discomfort that it would be that now your car, you got to take it to the shop, right? You got to make sure that the glass that they bust out, you got to retint the glass. It's crazy stuff that the items that they stole out of it, right? Then all you had to do, you have the money to pay for the comfort, to pay for the privacy. And the Cowboys literally don't do those small things, Cowboy Nation. And we'll find out. It's only week 1. It's been a marathon of a show. It's 129. And I really appreciate everybody that tuned in for this episode. I gave everybody a chance to call in. And it was a beautiful one, man. Although we lost.
Goodbye. Goodbye,
everybody. Appreciate y'all so much for being part of this show. Win, lose, or draw. This is what we do all season. 17 weeks, 1 week down. And Law is going to give y'all the full, complete energy of it. Now, Dak Prescott, he's out for maybe, I'm just going to say 8 weeks at max. Even if it's 5 weeks, he got to establish some type of rapport with these wide receivers. Obviously, he don't have that rapport right now, even if he could grip the ball. So there's a double conundrum or a double negative to his injury, and they should reevaluate everything. I truly believe that what my guy said from the Caribbeans is that, yeah, even if you go out there and get a wide receiver, you got to have a quarterback to throw him the ball. My only pushback on it is that Cooper Rush, of all people, Cowboy Nation, he looks better when he's with the ones anyhow versus when he's with the 3s and the 2s. And I'm not saying that Cooper Rush can walk on water, but we'll find out. Can Cooper Rush? Who was the quarterback for the Steelers? Let me pull him up. Because the Steelers inked out a win today, and that's the team that we got to scout. I probably want to look at a few plays of what we did today. Let me see who was the quarterback. 23-20, baby. I'll take a 23-20 win right now. Right. All right. Mitch Trubisky, 21 for 38, 194 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interception. He threw a QBR of 48. I need for Cooper Rush to be better than Mitch Trubisky. If Cooper, let me see what these wide receivers did. Okay, 5 receptions for 75, 7 receptions for 55. Okay, y'all gonna get mad at me for this week. Y'all about to get mad at me for this week. And what the running back did. Claypool was the leader rusher for 36 yards. I need for Cooper Rush to be better than Mitch Trubisky. And I'm quite sure at home, a full week of practice, I think that he can be better than Mitchell Trubisky. So I can't wait to see how Cooper Rush going to look next week. The Reddit bearded guy, he come on out there. Killer Bud is impossible for any team to go 8-8 this year. So recalibrate that math for me, baby. Yep, so I need Cooper Rush to be better than Mitch Trubisky. Matter of fact, I need Cooper Rush. I love Dak, but I need for him to be better than Dak today. Next week, come on out. God, Dak QBR was 15.3. Yeah, Mark, it was terrible. Yeah. And they're going to bring up all of that stuff. Y'all already know. So be prepared. Get some thick skin. If you took off work tomorrow or a little later on today, don't go to work today. Don't try to say, hey, man, I'm going to go ahead and go to work, because they're going to rag all Cowboy fans right now. Yep. I'm going to read a few more of y'all comments before I roll, man. I really thank y'all so much. And let me see. I left out a lot of super chats, man. I'm going to try to get to y'all too, man. Let's do that. Let's do that right quick while I got time. Yep. Yeah, it's been a long day. Shout out to you, Kevin. Thank you so much. Only one came to play today, and that was number 11. Yep, you right, Kayvon Carter. 11 came to play. Brother Fred, appreciate you for the super chat. Frank, thank you for the 200 stars. Michael Helton. Mike McCarthy better be looking for a house in Wisconsin. Yeah, appreciate you for the super chat. You work remote? Me do. I do too. Little Sweep says, do we need this? Shout out to you, anonymous $50 stars or what have you on the Facebook. Christopher Lowe, $1.99 super chat. Oh, also for those who donated today, and for those who supported the channel today, your name will also be entered into the drawing. We will have one ticket giveaway, and we'll do the drawing on Wednesday. Let us know before Thursday hit if you can make it to the game, the Dallas Cowboys versus the Cincinnati game. I know right now a lot of y'all probably looking at it like, man, I don't want to go to no more Cowboys game. Look what happened. But maybe you be the person that make us win, man. So come on out. if your name get pulled for these for this super, well, not for to say super, for this raffle. Mark Clark says, yeah, I already answered that one. Appreciate everybody, man. All right, Cowboy Nation, I really thank y'all so much for tuning in. For those who new to this channel, I still leave with this triumph, because at the end of the day, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And right now, we started off regardless, just like this last year. It's just that Dak Prescott would not be out for 6 to 8 weeks. And that's devastating. The mind switches from the ankle to the thumb, the opposable thumb at that. And for this team to be cautiously worrying about, can this dude stay healthy? Can this dude stay upright? And for him to get hurt the first game of the season, shout out to you, Deshaun Taylor, thank you. That blows. I ain't gonna even lie to you. That's why I tell people all the time, scared money makes no money. Shout out to you, East Camden for life, appreciate you. That's weird in its own sense. Scared money makes no money. You should have went on ahead and played in week 1 of the preseason, week 2 of the preseason, week 3. Because this is war time, this is battle time. And when you try to be too neat with it, things happen.
Spartans! What is your profession? This is Sparta!
And reason why I say that, Cowboy Nation, I love that movie. I do, to the core. 300 men died that night, or died that week, knowing that they was going to go up against the Persian army, who had over 1 million foes, more than them. But it wasn't about that moment. It was about the mentality. It was about this right here. You line them up and lace them up, and we will fight to the death. We will conquer. We will be written down as we did everything that we could do in order to win. But the Cowboys tonight, they had a lot of long faces, a lot of doubt in their heart. They need to pick that up. I wish I could be in there. They probably just look at me like I'm just a nameless, faceless person. But I've been through some things. I have. But if they focus their mindset to that, quit all of the political talk, and say, man, we want to whoop some, you know what? We want to play angry. We ain't helping nobody get up off the ground. Then, baby, the outcome would have been a little bit different if everybody had the fire and the desire that Parsons had a little bit on their plays, or even what D-Law did on a few series. They got to get these things right with themselves first and say to themselves, just like what Troy said, and of course he came from a place that he was taught with the rudiments of, hey, I'm not going to give up, but we had to win in spite of the coaches. Well, these players now got to look each other's in the eyeballs and say, hey, we got to win in spite of the coaches, and we got to quit these penalties. And I love what Brian Broaddus said, that Zach Martin tapped Terrence Steele on his back and said, get through this. But Bull Sugar, Terrence Steele should be looking at himself in the mirror and say, I can't, I'm the reason why I lost. Dak, even with his broken thumb, got to look in the mirror and say, I'm the reason why I lost, or we lost. All of these guys got to do that reality check and write this down. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it. If all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you hold all of the things tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, or plan for it, and lose all terror of your mind for it, if you'll simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, and scarcity, with faith hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold, poverty, or famine shall fame, or sickness of body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset it, with the help of Almighty, you will get it. Coach Mike McCarthy. At some point, the water defeats the dam. It plows through it with continuous pressure. And that's what you got to do. You can't be looking for, hey man, he's the guy that designed the plays, he got to call the plays. The buck stops with you. True story. For those who are the head of your household right now, they don't look for your kids to pay the bills. If the bills run up, they're looking for you. So Mike McCarthy, this loss goes to your record. It do.
I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what, told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me?
No doubt, big Bama fan. He said we were nervous. Remember that? Yeah, you remember that too. Yeah. Win, lose, or draw, or tie, baby. Yeah. Come on.
I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car to get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much.
Shout out to you, Gina. Love you. Let's go.
I done doubled up on the workload.
Let's get it.
I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up,
lean
get
forward,
money, then we lay low. Then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what. Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me, it's not adding up. Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what. Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me, it's not adding up.
One love, baby. Shout out to everyone. DC for life, not for short. Let's get it.